Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York. Welcome to the 2024 SYC New York, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from ABC Gates Bowl in Gates, New York, it's the 2024 SYC New York.
All right. right, welcome back. We are back, and I'm joined by Danielle McEwen again. Welcome, Danielle. Uh-oh. Now you're good.
Check 1, 2. Oh, we can hear me now. Hello.
Danielle, everyone got food. You got food. Everyone is grubbed up, and we're ready for the afternoon. They're bowling 5 games on the medium block. We just did the awards with the short pattern. Lots of great bowling this morning.
Lots of really good scores.
Yeah.
These kids are so impressive out here.
I was surprised. I thought the scores were higher than I expected. But you just never really know.
I think it sounded like a lot of the good scores came in the last 2 games. Like all of a sudden, game 5, some people popped up some pretty good games. Because those middle games looked like they got a little tricky.
Right?
For some.
Yeah.
So it must have developed into something at the end.
Well, and they figured it out too.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the medium pattern that they're bowling on, but I want to introduce the players first. We've got Kingston Corpez, Angelo Galafaro, who you see right there, Max Oken, Nathan Thazier, Mithrander, Luton, Ryan Ryan McCurtree the second, and I butchered everyone's name, so I apologize. And then 33 and 34, we got Jacob Morvik, Sebastian Bernier, Austin Mumbula, Matthew Sundberg, Gavin Broad, and Braden Mass. So I apologize to everyone. I just butchered your name. Danielle, what is the pattern that they're bowling on?
Okay, so this is our medium pattern. So we have 43 feet, 26 mils. It looks like you could probably attack this pattern a couple different ways. I'm thinking most of them are going to start right around the track, probably 7 through 12, depending on how you throw the ball, your ball speed, all of that stuff. I feel like this might be a little bit higher scoring. I think that's what I would see from this one. Based on watching practice session, this seemed like the more playable one of the 3. So hopefully I'm not jinxing everybody out there and they turn out impossible, but that would be my best guess.
It should. That would be the theory. I do see some urethane on the racks. IQ Tour 78U I see from somebody on the 33 and 34. Have you thrown that one? Not a big urethane user.
No, I have pitch blacks out on tour with me. I don't get to use them all that often, but when I do love using them.
Yeah.
It's just very situational for me.
Right. Did you experience anything? You just bowled a Lucy, where kind of like this, where all of the genders are mixed together, right? Mm-hmm. So did you experience any differences? Did you have to overcome urethane?
Yeah, anytime you bowl with the guys, it's a totally different game. Like, all your adjustments are different, how you play the lanes are different. It's really attacking it from a strategic standpoint totally different than bowling on the women's tour. So that's always a challenge. We didn't see all that much urethane going down the lane, so I really didn't have to battle that in this event all that much. But whenever you bowl against the guys, I think that's expected. Like, right. I'm expecting that for my upcoming events for sure. So I don't know if there's like a specific answer out there yet on how to battle it, other than like if you can't beat them, join them kind of thing.
Right.
But
yeah, because at Junior Gold, all the kids kind of will separate in their own houses, division-wise. But here, everyone is thrown together, and sometimes you will hear like, "Oh, it's tricky following the U18 boys or U12." Like, there's a little bit of everything, right?
For sure, it's a really good learning experience, though.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you move up, like, you're going to be bowling leagues or tournaments with guys, and some will be all girls. So if you can learn to do it all, then you'll be very well-rounded.
Now, you kind of mentioned that you have some travel coming up. Explain to our fans what you're doing.
So I leave this upcoming Thursday. I will go to Germany to do some clinics. Then I'm going to fly Germany up to Copenhagen in Denmark and take a train from Denmark over to Sweden. Going to bowl the Lucky Larsen Masters in Helsingborg, Sweden. Train back down to Copenhagen, fly to Frankfurt. And I'm going to fly Frankfurt to Seoul, Korea. So covering the whole globe. I'm going to bowl event over there for Ginseng. One of Storm's distributors is opening up a new center.
Bowltopia.
It looks beautiful from the pictures I've seen. I'm really excited to be there. We have a big event kind of honoring the opening of that. Eat some amazing food, of course, while we're there. See some people I haven't seen in a long time because I haven't been there in a few years at this point. And then I'm going to fly all the way back around. So from the time I leave to come back, I'm going to leave going one way and come back the other way all around the globe.
Oh my goodness. Now, how long did it take you to plan your flight path and like book all those flights? Like, was it one sitting where you're like, okay, I need to get here to here? Or is it
No.
like different parts?
Yeah, it took a long time. The airline industry right now is changing. So like I feel like I mastered how to do it over like the last 10 years, how to do these trips and how to like make sure I finagle the upgrades and book the right fare class that I get the most miles for the amount of money I'm spending and all that. And now it's all changing. So this one took me a while. It took a little bit of research and article reading to figure out, a lot of phone calls to United to figure out how I was going to do this. So it did take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
The travel part of being a professional bowler is like a little full-time job in itself, for sure. Especially with how much we do it, because you have to do it the right way, right? You don't want to just book the cheapest flight on any random airline and not get the credit or your bags or be in a good seat for a 15-hour flight.
No
like
kidding.
That stuff all adds up.
Right. And you guys do fly a lot because a lot of stops you can't really drive. Did you drive at all on
No,
this?
I don't like driving. I just go on the plane.
You're like, I'm done. Just sign me up.
I'm so tired, especially during the tour season. Like, I give the girls that drive a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Because that's hard. Like, you just get done bowling, you're exhausted, now you have to do an 8-hour drive somewhere. At least on the plane, I can sleep, get some work done.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you get your bowling balls home, though? Did you ship them?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, because you had a lot.
I brought some on the plane. The rest went through UPS.
Makes sense.
Sorry to the UPS drivers.
Oh, they know us. They know all of us.
For sure. I'm sure.
Got Keegan. Keegan, I just saw your grandma. She just popped by. She got Bosa a toy.
Oh.
I know. I can't wait to give it to him. And I feel it. It's a donut. I love it. He's going to love it.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's adorable. So, anyway.
That's awesome.
It's going to travel home. All right, we got Mr. Sebastian. Sebastian bowled well this morning.
Yeah, we got a handful of strikes up there already.
Yes. I shouldn't give Dell a hard time, but Dell's texting me, and I really want to give him a hard time live on air, but I'll resist. It's so easy to give our friend Dell Ballard a hard time, but it brings up, we have two chosen charities at the SYC, Make-A-Wish and Ballard versus the Big C. $5 goes to each cause, so $10 total, split 2 ways, which is awesome. Yeah. $5 of every entry. And then our friend Kathy Doran Lizzie is here doing a booth for Ballard versus the Big C. Raise a little more money, so it'll be a great weekend raising some funds.
Absolutely. Such great events going towards such a good cause. I love it.
Good shot by Kingston. Whew. That was a good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever watch the kids bowl and go, like, I want half of your reps, or just donate one rep?
Just one.
Just
Can
one.
I get 10? You won't miss them.
Yeah, exactly, right? You won't notice.
Yeah, these young kids they're pretty amazing what they can do. It's going to be fun to see how they really push the needle in evolving the game over the next decade or so.
Yeah. And the two-handed style just keeps evolving, like you said, like, you know, even your partner, you just bowled with Anthony Simonson. He does it a little differently than others. They all have their own unique take on that style.
I think it's cool seeing the two-handed girls wave starting to come. There's a few here and there popping up on tour, some in college, a bunch at the youth level. So I think they're coming. I think we're going to see them soon. More and more.
I just can't wait until there is someone full-time two-handed just to see how it changes kind of the way you ladies play the lanes. I mean, it would have to have more than one two-handed lady, I bet. But who knows?
I mean, like I was saying on the tour, like we don't change the lanes the same way the guys do, but there are some ladies out there who do. So like when
100%,
we're
yeah.
tracking what pairs you go to, if you're following one of those ladies and they're anywhere near where you're playing, like you need to know it because they the same way that Belmo changes the lane for the guys tour, like they stand out and change the lanes for us. So yeah, one person, one two-handed player can for sure kind of change how we're approaching everything if
Right.
we're following them.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I think like you said, there are some in college. So I think we're within 5 years.
I think so too.
Yeah. Julie Brandolino stopping in. Gianna, of course, led
Hi.
round one. She was doing her G things.
Amazing.
Yeah,
So
she is
cool to
amazing.
watch. So fun.
Gianna's chasing number 13 this
That's
weekend.
so exciting.
It is so exciting. She could break all of the records.
That is awesome.
She has a picture of her coach on her jersey, or multiple
Is
pictures.
that who it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
the
could
famous
see a
Tony
face,
Jordan.
like, from far away, but I couldn't figure out who it was. There we
Yeah.
go.
So, I do need to post those pictures. Everyone will get to see the famous Tony Jordan.
Nice.
Let's get these round one photos posted. I'll multitask. well, you keep watching the bowling.
We'll keep watching. The
There's
boys
a lot
here
of striking. Yeah.
Lots of striking. I think we're going to see some big scores here, especially game one right now. See how they transition as they move across the house, but this is looking like it has a good shot out there.
Now, do you prefer short, medium, or long patterns? Which one do you feel like?
Oh, that's such a hard question because I feel like the game has evolved a lot. So going back to when I was younger, it was short, medium, long, and like short you played the gutter, long you played in. It was
Right.
pretty cut and dry like that. And I learned how to bowl on them. I learned how to bowl on short, and I became really good at it. I was horrible at long, so I forced myself to learn how to play in and bowl on long patterns, and I became really good at it. Medium was always like my question mark because there wasn't as fine-tuned of like this is what you're supposed to do. But as the games evolve, they become more kind of morphed together. So like now short is not you play right, it could be you play in, and long is not you play in and play the hold. Sometimes you play the gutter, and sometimes you're hooking the whole lane, and sometimes you're playing straighter angles. So it's really hard just to say this is what I like best. I do like when there's oil on the lane. If I can play hold, sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Whatever, however long it is, just put me on that one.
You're like, I'll take all of those.
Yeah. Yeah, KEGEL's gotten really good over the years of making the patterns not how you think they would play.
Yeah, it's not as cut and dry, and that goes to say for the balls too. Like it used to be specific bowling balls were used on specific patterns, but now it's kind of a variety.
For sure. More variables to our already many variable game.
That's what makes it fun, right?
Absolutely. Like a giant puzzle that you keep adding pieces to.
Mr. Luton here, Turkey. Let's see if he's gets the fourth one to go. That was a great shot.
Not trip 4 pins, trip 6 pins. Always fun.
Yes. I'm looking around the house, and I'm seeing a lot of strikes. Maybe we'll have another 300. We've already had one, which is crazy.
It's exciting. The skip after this is 4.
It's either 3 or 4.
Okay, so we're going to see some of the girls come through here next game.
Yeah.
Some of the under 18 girls.
Be interesting to see where they're playing it. Oh, we might get no, she might miss it. Taylor Kretz may jump straight over the live stream. Either that or she'll be just to the left. Solid two-hander. Making her way up through, saw she's starting to look at colleges too.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. There's a lot of girls here that are beginning their college search. That's been a very hot topic with the parents in the back as I walk through.
Yeah. I think it can be a little stressful and overwhelming when you're first starting, and then it kind of gets a little easier once you figure out, oh, it's just about me. Like, it's just about finding where I fit, right?
Yeah, I think it's really important to know what you're looking for. And then you can kind of narrow it down from there. If you don't really know what you want, then there's so many options and you don't know what direction to go. But if you can say, you know, I want to be close to home or I want to go far away from home, and this is what I want to major in, and this is the type of team I want to be on, whether it be one that can win or one that you can learn and grow on or one that you're going to play all the time on.
Right.
It narrows down which ones you should be considering, makes it a little more simple.
Just like bowling. Make it simple.
Absolutely.
Nate Thazier. He's striking. Nate told me, it was funny, I was talking to him and his dad's, he said, I took a little break from bowling, and his dad looked at him and went, you did? So, in his eyes, he took a little break.
Nice.
Great shot. But his dad said he's working pretty hard.
That's awesome.
Shot by Braid in there. So you talked about taking 6 bowling balls on your big trip. How big is your suitcase that you're taking?
So normally when I fly with United, I get up to 70 pounds, so I can pack my suitcase with like whatever I need. But I have a couple of partner airline trips in there, so it's going to have to be under 50. So I'm going to have to kind of strategize a little bit more, probably find a way to do laundry, which is not as easy outside of America as like finding a laundromat down the street. So that'll be a challenge. But yeah, they're going to be at about 49.9 pounds, each one of them.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not going to.
If I have to stuff everywhere, they're going to be to their max weight.
Because that's a long time gone.
Yes.
Is it a full 3 weeks or
just under 3 weeks?
just under
like
3
2.5?
weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I leave Thursday and come back on a Monday, so just a few days short.
Are you seeing any like sites while you're in any of the countries? Or?
I don't have anything planned right now. This is a very kind of jam-packed trip.
Yeah.
There's not really much time between to like wander and do anything. When we're in Sweden, it's a re-entry event, so like if you bowl really well early on, then you can take a day off. If you don't bowl well, you're bowling every squad to try to get into the number. So hopefully we'll have a day off to explore, but that's all up to how it goes when we're there.
Very fun though.
Absolutely.
Another solid shot by Ryan. Man, this pair here, they're going to put together a solid grouping of scores. Turkey for Max. I think your prediction about the scores being high is safe. Although that wiggled. Hopefully the wiggle doesn't get more significant. Sometimes that happens too on
For
the medium
sure.
where the girls are playing to the right, the guys are playing to the left. It doesn't really
absolutely.
develop.
That's why I was saying I think game 1 we should be good, but it will be interesting to see how they transition after that.
Really nice shot. I wonder how Nate bowled this morning. Let's take a look at our friend. So Nathan bowled pretty well this morning too, averaging 208. So his
No games.
240, 160, 180, 247, 202. So,
Yeah, the rest of them were solid.
The key is consistency. What's your mindset when you're bowling in a tournament like this, where it's not really? I mean, obviously you want to do well each round, but the key is really to not like be consistent across all three to earn the medal or the scholarship at the end of the tournament.
Right, right. I think it's just kind of keeping that same mindset of like grinding, but being ready to strike when you can. So like if you hit a pattern that you have a good look on, you need to put together a big game, and then recognizing really quickly like this pair is not so well, or my look on this pattern is not so well, so I need to kind of play defense a little bit and just make sure I control the pocket, make my spares, and wait until I see it, until we can flip that switch again to like, okay, it's go time now.
Max pulled a 300 at the SYC in Columbus.
How cool.
So cool. What do you think? Did they fill out their bias? How are you feeling?
I think they did.
Okay.
Yeah, I have confidence.
Well, let's
Seems
start
like
with
a
Kingston.
good group here.
Kingston did not. No Angelo.
Boys, I defended you.
Max, man, we're 0 for 3.
I'm gonna have to have a talking with this pair.
No.
I went to bat for you and said, you did your job. Your homework.
We got, let's see if we got one. Ryan. Oh, we got one. Ryan, Buffalo, New York. We'll hear from Ryan when he's up in 2 frames.
Mm-hmm. I think it's fair game to make up our own bio for them if they don't fill out their own.
So we've done that in the past, right? Like, like I'm Nate Thazier, and my favorite animal's a dinosaur. I don't know. Now, your sister has made this like social media following for, speaking of dinosaurs, this like
Rachel.
cuddly Rachel, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what is the story behind this?
We were bowling the U.S. Open 2 years ago. It was her first professional event, right? U.S. Open hardest event of the year, stressful, all that. We were walking through Target. We had to get like water or something, and we saw these squishy dinosaurs that she just like instantly ran to, and she's so soft, and it's like weighted, so like
Nice.
like the stress relief
Oh,
weighted that you can like hug and it's supposed to make you feel better. That's what she was. And she was like, I need her, and she's coming to the bowling center with me tomorrow, and we carried her through every block, and when she got stressed she'd give her a hug, and it's just her little buddy now. She goes everywhere with her.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, she has her own Instagram page. I think it's Rachel the Dino or Rachel the Dinosaur. Travels the world. She's been all over.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you never know.
Whatever works. It's hard. It's
Absolutely.
hard out here. It's hard being on the road, traveling all the time. If you find something that makes it easier, absolutely do it.
Yeah. I like that that Rachel has her own Instagram page. That's awesome. Spare by Max. Belmo spare ball. That's a hard to find one.
Yeah. For sure.
It's like that might have been an Optimum Idol Pearl going down the line. Potentially. To see when it comes back. It's a new one. Releasing next week.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. It looks pink. It's
It did
orange.
for a second.
There is someone throwing one.
I have seen one out here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got a little VIP ball early.
We have a lot of really good balls coming out. Lots of good equipment.
Absolutely. Ryan is from Buffalo, New York. He's stepping up on lane 32. Bowls at Broadway Sports Center. This is his first SYC. He won the EYT in Rochester this past April. He likes to play video games, and he wants to say hi to his Anna and sister Mackenzie. So, hello, Ryan.
Cool.
And he's wearing his EYT jersey that he won.
Nice.
So, yeah. Another great tournament series. by Deandra Espady. She works so
Awesome.
hard at those.
Yes, she does an amazing job. I didn't know that you said that EYT was in Rochester?
Yeah.
I didn't know they traveled that far. I thought it stayed more in the Chicagoland
It
area.
mostly does. I'm not sure what the story is. I need to ask Kelvin, but I think she's known Kelvin for a while, and Kelvin, they brought one to Rochester
Okay.
last year.
That's awesome to see
Yeah.
that it's growing.
Yes.
Oh, so close.
Almost. Nate has to wait for Deadwood. He's incredibly irritated by it. He's like, really? I have one more ball.
This center is great though. Like any breakdowns or anything that goes
Oh,
wrong,
yeah.
they're right on it. So
100%.
he's probably on the worst pair though, because we are blocking the line of sight between the desk and his pair. So
They
it
can't-
probably
yeah.
did take a second to see it.
It's paired by Ryan. Now, how is your sister bowling? Did she bowl good this morning?
She struggled a little bit this morning.
Okay.
But she's in okay shape. If she has the 2 good rounds, she
Cool.
can get back there. I'm trying to watch. She's like a few pairs down that way, so I'm trying to
Okay.
watch her from the side. I've seen her spare ball go down the lane a lot, so hopefully we have a lot of spares.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Has the bowling bug bit her as much as it's bit the rest of you, or does she play other sports? Like,
No. So yeah, she's just full-time bowling. She doesn't do other sports. She has other interests and stuff, obviously, but
right.
bowling for high school. This will be her
Nice.
last season. She's looking into bowling for college.
Nice.
So we'll see where she ends up over, the next couple of months here.
She's a senior?
She's gonna be a senior. Yeah,
Stop.
she's starting her senior year. I know.
No.
Yeah, it
Oh
happened
my
so quick.
Goodness. All right. Well, on that note, Nate just bowled 257. So
Very nice.
I cannot believe that.
Yes, for sure. They grow up quick.
Very quick. She's kind of got the advantage though, because your parents have been through it a few times.
Yeah.
They're like old pros.
Yeah. Yep. And having me go through it, having Victoria in it currently, I feel like we can really prepare her for everything, right? And that's exactly what when Victoria was home for summer she was doing. These are the workouts that we've done. This is how we eat when we're on the road. This is how we do our meetings, and these are some of the issues we ran into. Just so nothing's a surprise, and she can kind of prepare herself for anything.
That's great. Matt is finishing up a big game here. To 10. Yeah, lots of 200s. We'll have to see how the scores fall after this game is complete.
Yeah, this first move is going to be very interesting, especially in these pairs right here, because again, we have the under 18 boys here.
Yeah.
And they're all playing pretty far left for what I was anticipating. Obviously, they have higher rev rate and higher balls, all that stuff. So they're always going to play the lanes a little different than like the under 18 girls that I was watching in practice, but they come here next. So it's going to be really interesting to see how much they have to adjust. I would think we're going to see a lot of not in the pocket shots for their first couple of frames until they can figure it out.
Makes sense. Got a shout out for Mitty. I'm going to go with, that's Mr. Luton. He bowled at 204. Ryan can go out for 237 here. Danielle, we are going to let you wander for a few games. I think Gerald from Coolwick is heading in the booth for game 2.
Awesome.
And then maybe you can get back in game 4 or 5.
Sounds good.
We'll finish up this game. It looks like the bowlers are wrapping up. They'll all take a minute to change lanes. They bowled so quick this morning. We had a long break.
Yeah,
Yeah. They were striking a lot.
for sure.
236 for Ryan. Angelo to 234. Here's Mr. Max. He's just been steady this game. Striking a little bit, sparing a lot.
It's a solid game.
Totally solid. Shot by Braden. Max is also growing. I feel like he grew a foot since we saw him in June,
Oh, wow.
which is really tough for these kids. Those big growth spurts.
Yeah, it changes everything. Your whole body changes your whole game, right?
Yeah. Braden, 246.
Handful of really big games.
Nah. All right, we're going to watch Max make his fair, and then we're going to take that short break. We'll play a commercial from our friends at Rochester. Visit Rochester. They're so great in New York. They, the Rochester Sports Bureau gave extra $1,000 into this event.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So amazing.
All right, we will be right back. Danielle, we'll have you back in a little later.
Sounds good.
All right, we are here. Gerald, do your.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Gerald has entered. It's Sports Center or SYC Center.
What's up, chat?
Chat. Chat, we here.
Chat, we're locked in.
And we are watching some young ladies. We've got Ember. We've got Dakota. We got Natalie Yale. Jolie Penny. Gianna Verano. Rachel Lerman. Isabel Ray. Camille Forrester. Gianna Brandolino. Malia Briggs. Asher Mertz. And Delaney Sherwood.
Delaney Sherwood.
Named Delaney Sherwood. Malia has 1 billion followers
That's
on social
right.
media. 1 billion.
That's right.
It's not 1 billion, but it's a lot. She has a lot of followers. There's some Malia fans out there.
It is. She's great.
She is super kind to all the other competitors.
Yeah. She's been on our staff for a couple years now.
Nice.
Yeah, she's awesome. So what is going on, Blair?
It's been a day, G.
Yeah?
It's been a day. What's going on with you? How's the booth?
The booth is rocking.
Rocking?
Yeah, it's busy, but
That's good.
busy is a good thing. We have some more flavors out there, something new. We bring something new every event.
The hats.
You see the hat?
Oh my goodness! I'm waiting until tomorrow to see. I'm letting the bowlers get the first shot.
The hats?
I know.
Going quick.
I know, but if that scarlet and gray one's still there tomorrow, I will be giving you money.
I think it's one more. I'll have to check when I go back over there.
But it's okay. I want the bowlers to have their first shot. Like,
Of course.
I'm
of
not
course.
stealing their stuff.
Of course.
But when it's left over, you better believe. Blair
I can
will be
always
buying.
make you one, Blair.
They're so cool. We got Christian Mouton in the chat. We got Manny Guevara. I can't
What's
pronounce
up,
your
Scott?
last
What person?
name. One of them is a great PA girl. Scott would like to say, "Tell G hi for me." You can tell him hi yourself.
What's up, Scott? Yeah, I met Scott through Kayla Starr.
Oh yeah, Kayla.
Kayla Starr.
She's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's Miss Delaney, nice spare.
There we go. So what pattern we have out
This
for this
is
block?
the medium,
Medium pattern.
right in front of you.
Oh, okay. The New York medium, the SYC New York medium pattern. 43 feet.
Oh, we have Phil Switulski in here too. Hello, Phil. Oh, everyone is like watching, but the ones that are normally here, it's so weird. We like it when you're here. I like talking to you through the chat too.
Yeah.
Have now
Oh, with the strike.
she got
Dakota.
it. Dakota.
Yeah.
It counts.
It counts. That's an X up there on the board, I see.
Oh yeah. Lots of chats or lots of shout outs for Camille. Jim Brandolino says hello. Hello, Jim. Gianna's jersey is cracking me up, you guys.
Hey, Jim.
Now I know this isn't
Tell
one
me-
of yours, G. I'm sorry.
It's not, but
That's
it's
Tony,
always-
That's Tony Jordan.
oh, okay.
That's the Landon Griffin dad, coach of Gianna. It's killing me. This jersey's killing me.
I think the jersey's perfect.
Yeah.
She always has her coach with her.
Yeah, she
at
does.
all times.
She does. Yeah. Even when he's not here, he's here. Gee, you can do jerseys like that too. I've seen you. You've
Absolutely.
done some. Wasn't there a Doug Kent jersey a few years ago?
It was a
for-
Doug Kent. Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy Kent. They made a jersey for the team.
Oh yeah.
The
that's
team
right.
got all Doug Kent jerseys.
So funny. So if you need your coach on a jersey, contact G at Coolwick.
That's Camille, right?
Camille, yeah, she's right here.
Where's Camille from?
Let's see if she filled out a bio. The girls
She has a lot of
maybe.
fans.
I
She has a
know.
lot of fans.
The chat probably could tell you. Oh, here she is.
Digging the jersey.
She's from New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay.
Favorite bowling center, Nutmeg. She's newly 16. She came in 13th at Junior Gold in 2024 in the U15,
And the U15 girls, right?
Yeah. Which 13th, like everyone, you hear that, and if you're an adult that doesn't know much about Junior Gold, which are you living under a rock? No offense,
Right.
but come on, Junior Gold. 13th is a big deal.
That's huge.
There's a lot of
That's
people
huge.
at Junior Gold.
I remember my first time making the top 20. I mean, this is years ago when it was like 700, 800 bowlers. But yeah. Now it's more bowlers. So making a top 20, top 15, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I love that. Autumn says today is Pamela Strauss-Ball's 70th birthday. She's at the bowling center to cheer on Ember.
Okay.
Now, Ember just bowled, and I have a fun story about Ember. Ember and maybe Pamela, if Pamela is the one that brought her this week, they were the first ones to check it. They drove from Pennsylvania. They stopped by Niagara Falls.
Okay.
They wanted to have ample time to just relax and get here. And when they checked in, Ember was walking through the bowling center. And I'm like, are you mapping your pairs? She's like, yeah, I'm mapping my pairs. So she was like, she had looked at her lane assignments, came out, and started mapping where she was bowling. So she was doing her homework.
She's prepared.
She was.
That's good. That's some old school stuff.
Right?
I recommend that for all bowlers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Build out a game plan from the beginning to the end. Pay attention to the playing field on every pair. That's huge.
I like Malia's jersey. It looks like the jewels are coming off. It's like 3D.
Mm-hmm. They're dropping, and then they bouncing on the ground.
Yeah.
But shout out to the birthday lady,
Absolutely.
Miss Pamela.
Hopefully
70.
Ember is taking her somewhere for dinner. It's a big birthday weekend. Leanne's birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pamela's birthday. We got some of the kids' birthdays.
It was my nephew's birthday today.
Nice.
Yeah. And then my other nephew's birthday is next week. So, yeah, this is a big month.
Taylor Morgan turned 10 this week. So, lots of birthdays.
How's the scores?
Scores are high, I believe. They were game one. Let's see if we've put some scores in for. We'll go to the U18 girls, see if they're in there. U18 medium. So they're putting scores in right now, so we'll see. But Abigail Starkey, 237.
Miss Starkey.
She's killing it. So our scorekeepers are going to be working through. They're putting scores in.
Okay.
Good spare by Natalie Yale. I just found out that Gianna Verano, because Danielle was in the booth, Gianna's a senior, which doesn't feel possible.
She's a senior?
Gianna Verano's a senior. She was just the youngest of all of them. I mean, I guess she is still the youngest, but...
Yeah, because I was telling Danielle, I was like, man, I haven't seen her since two Michigan junior goes ago.
Right.
And she's taller than you almost.
She is so tall, yes. But she's starting to look for colleges.
Yep, I heard she has a little list and going to start checking out some campuses and all that stuff. And, you know, the whole college process of trying to figure out where you want to go next.
Yeah.
Game, you know?
We were talking about it a little bit. I think that the magical door opens when you realize that it truly is your decision and it's your personal, like, it's you.
It's
like,
you.
Yeah. No one can tell you the right answer because literally it's your answer.
Yeah, you have to be comfortable with whatever you decide.
Right. And there's no wrong answer. Whatever the path is. Some kids may not want to bowl in college, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
that's
I have a few that were very good, finished in the top for junior gold or won junior gold, and went to school, you know, education, and the school didn't have a bowling team, and they were already prepared for that. Like, that was huge steps, you know, considering you've been bowling all your life.
For sure.
But I'm always going to back that decision. You know,
Oh, yeah.
education over everything. So
Agreed. Good spare by Gianna. So
Isabel, those are very, very well.
I was just gonna say that, and I was that ball totally hooked on her.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see this transition. Now I know she's on the left side, but I believe they're coming into the boys' traffic. Right?
Okay.
So now figuring out where they need to be playing, I think the lanes are hooking a little bit more than their first pair did.
Scores normally are higher by the boys. Depends on what pattern.
I think it depends. Every once in a while, and Leanne will call this out, but every once in a while we'll have some girls beat the boys.
Yeah.
Which she will point out, like you would have beat the entire U18 boys
Good.
division, right? I'm sure the boys don't exactly appreciate it, but you know what? I love it. I think it's great. Girl power.
That's right. I support it. I like it.
Yeah. You can see Olivia Lizzie a little off screen here. I just asked Kathy, I go, is Olivia bowling good? And she's like, not yet, but we're getting there.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But she knows it's coming.
Yeah.
That's good. Man, they all throw it great.
So good. So
They
great.
all throw it great. So, we're in New York.
We are.
This is my first time in Rochester.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you had a garbage plate? Did you try the gutter plate?
My wife actually sent. This is our little thing. My wife sends me and Nick everywhere we go. She sends us like the food spot.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
she didn't do that at first. You know, off the plane, like me and Nick's hungry,
Yeah.
and of course, you're not going to be able to get to that place until like a Saturday or something like that. But
yeah.
you know, Nick was like, I was going to do the research, but I was waiting on your wife to,
Yeah.
to do what she do. And that came into the text. I didn't even
Nice.
ask. I was like,
Nice.
hey, and
Yeah.
it was
Instant.
that the trash
What was the plate?
trash.
Oh, garbage plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, garbage plate. Yeah.
I think it was that. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
It was something along the lines of that. It looked amazing.
They have here. They do a gutter plate. That's what they call it instead of the garbage plate.
Yeah, the trash. It was called what is a trash plate.
Okay.
So there's a catering available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's called Z Regal's Hot Dogs.
Okay.
But
there you go.
yeah, apparently the trash plate, garbage plate, gutter plate.
Yeah.
That's the thing up here. So
it is.
That's gonna be my Saturday night
Dinner.
big back activities right there.
I love it. Love it.
But yeah, you know, I came up to was it Syracuse?
Yeah.
For nationals. That was many years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was Buffalo.
Yeah.
But we went through Syracuse, Niagara Falls, and stuff.
For
I think
sure.
we drove through Rochester. That was about it.
Yeah.
But
well, I have been quizzing people. I don't know if they've all come up and told you, but the little secret you put on the jersey. I've been telling people.
The New York plate one. Yeah.
The Randices were like adamant about figuring it out. Have they found you yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they get it right?
They got it right.
Yeah.
The Pops got it right off the get-go. He got it right. And then Danielle, she came over to me and
she
was like, hey, like, I have to figure out this license plate on the back of this jersey. What's going on? What is this? And I'm like, I asked her, I was like, how old are you?
Yeah.
And then right when I asked that question, and then she was like, oh, is it like some T9 type thing? And I was like, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I was like, I won't give you any more help on that, hints on that. And she instantly figured it out.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
I think Leanne figured it out, but I'm not sure if the Randices told her or not. They may have told her because they told me. But do you know also, for any Wordle fans out there, apparently the Wordle of the day, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't done it, but I'm going to, is Storm.
Really?
Storm is the Wordle today.
Ah.
Yeah.
I haven't played that game in quite some time.
Me neither. Yeah.
I think I deleted it, the app or whatever it was, or it's on some website or something like that. I was very bad at that game.
Me too.
I did a math one. They had a math one, and
Yeah.
that was more my speed. But the Wordle one, that kicked my butt. So
Yeah.
I found a way to get out of it by just not playing for a little bit, and then I dabble back into it for a little.
Because I think it came out either during COVID or right around
It did.
COVID.
Yeah.
And my family was doing it, and there were like group texts every day about Wordle, and I attempted it a couple days, and then I was so mad, and I'm like, I'm not doing Wordle. I'm done.
Well, it was all good. It's cool, but
It's
people
hard.
people will Google the
Yeah.
answers and stuff. I'm like, you ruined it for me.
Right.
Like, yeah. Shout out to Storm.
Yeah.
It's Storm Day. I like it.
Who knew? But so anyway, if you haven't done your Wordle, I apologize for spoiling it. Oh, Chrissy Kent says that they sold their gutter plate, garbage plate, whatever you're calling it,
Junk jar.
in a
Hello,
mason jar.
hey Chrissy. I haven't seen her in quite some time
I
too.
know, Chrissy.
She's awesome.
You need to come and visit in SYC. Just come to Myrtle Beach. Come hang out at the coastal. You love it. Get a house. You and
Yes.
Leslie.
Yes.
And you won't be stressed watching the kids anymore. You just get to hang out and come see us.
Exactly.
I think this is a plan. We'll make it a plan.
It's called Junk Jar.
Junk jar. Scott wants to know where we are. We are at ABC Gates. ABC Gates. A better choice is what
Is
ABC
that the
stands
really?
for. Yeah, it says it under the logo. I didn't notice it until Liam pointed it out today. Is that not
You know
awesome?
what? I've never seen that before. I seen the ABC and I was like, oh, what a
Yeah,
original name
Yeah.
for a bowling center. I was like, okay,
right. I love it. He also
better choice. I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, Kelvin said it also puts it first in the phone book too.
They're on their way to Nashville.
Must be moving time.
Yeah. Did I do it right?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't. Oh, I think that's it.
Did
Yeah,
I do it right?
maybe.
Is it
The
anchor
V,
down?
Anchor down.
Anchor up? Anchor down? I
Anchor
would
down.
assume anchor down.
I think it is anchor down. It's anchor
You
up.
can't go anchor up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout
Yeah.
out to the Vanderbilt team.
Yeah. I'm sure another great year. They're stacked every year.
Yeah,
It's
a lot of great bowlers come and go through that
Yeah.
program.
which is a
Great coach,
fantastic
great
school.
assistant coach,
Yeah.
great people, everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone there is great. So me and Josie are good friends. Well, her husband and I actually both college together and all that stuff.
I
So
love that.
that was my guy. We were born on the same day. We're
Oh, no
we're
way.
birthday boys.
That's so
February
fun.
3rd.
All right, here's Miss Ember. Christian Mouton, we miss you.
Come on, Christian.
He wants to bowl in SYC so bad.
Scott, this house is very nice.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a very and clean. Everything's great.
I got the story when Kelvin was in here earlier, but you know they sell them the ads for the masking units.
Yeah,
Which I don't know why more bowling centers don't do that.
it's only a few.
It's amazing.
Gianna and her coach with a spare.
Good job, Gianna. Did you get coached for that?
Yeah, this place is amazing.
It really is. And they run so many tournaments. Bud Light Challenge, the Lilac.
That's right. And they I remember the Lilac. They have the the regionals, the Bud Light Challenge. A couple of my friends, they come up to these tournaments and bowl. I always try to find an excuse to get out of it because the lack of practice that I put into my bowling game sometimes, just from work and travel. So
That's what we were talking about earlier with Cliff. We said, like, kids, if you think that if you work in the industry, you bowl all the time,
yeah,
you don't.
yeah, I love it. I
Right.
love it. Now I had to put it down for some time during the summer times, but I threw a few shots. Last week. I practiced with Cliff's son and
Nice.
try to prep him a little reality, give him some real reality knowledge to what he needs to be prepared for.
Awesome.
And it hurt. It hurt. So I'm already prepared to practice a ton when I get home.
For sure.
I'm gonna hit up some of these kids and see if they can do a Zoom call and give me some lessons.
Okay. Yeah, virtual. Gene is in need of some virtual lessons.
Some virtual lessons.
I think they all would be available for a cost.
Oh yeah, yeah,
NIL deals.
yeah. I heard. Were you talking about the junk jar, the
Yes.
trash can, the garbage,
Trash can.
the garbage box or whatever?
Yeah.
But I heard the chicken wings are crazy good up
well,
here.
Buffalo aren't Buffalo. Now this might be completely far off, but isn't Buffalo wings from Buffalo? I don't know.
I honestly do not know. But when I did go to Buffalo,
They had really good wings.
the
right?
wings were amazing.
I don't know. I could be completely.
Like I
far-
remember
Yeah.
the wings. They were,
No clue. I feel like Jessica Simpson all those years. Remember when Jessica thought that like the wings came from Buffalo or something? Now I'm dating myself.
oh
Parents,
man.
I'm talking to you at this point, not the kids. But
Help us out, chat. It's the
Yeah.
Buffalo wings from Buffalo.
I feel very concerned at the moment.
Scott
but-
said yes.
Okay, good. All right.
All right. Woo.
Jim, yeah. I believe
Thanks,
you're-
Jim.
I know. It's always terrifying when you just throw stuff out like that. You're like, this could really come back to bite me.
Actually, the Buffalo wings are from Texas.
You never know.
They're from Texas, and they actually had barbecue sauce on them.
Yeah, right? I mean, listen, folks, you guys don't understand the day I've had, but just bear with me. Oh, man.
You got something right now.
Whew. It's close. So you should have some buffalo wings. We're close enough.
Yes. Gianna and her coach with another strike.
Gianna, coach. That was funny. Oh, man.
I was like, man, that's a good question. I'm not sure if they're from Buffalo.
You're like, I don't want to sign on.
don't-
I don't want to sign on for this. I don't want to go down with you. Okay, Kirsty says only if you dip in blue cheese. No ranch.
No ranch.
Oh. Now we're getting really specific.
Okay.
That's so.
All right.
So
I'm
if
very
you order
southern.
ranch, they know you're not from Buffalo.
You're
you're done. You're like, oh,
they
tourist.
definitely know I'm not from the north. Oh man, I'm a ranch dipping guy.
Yeah.
Blue cheese. You know what? For Chrissy, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
I'm gonna have to send a picture or whatever. I'm gonna send
Yeah.
it to Blair.
Yeah. We'll get you. We'll get Chrissy. We'll get the proof.
Yes. So buffalo chicken wings
Yes.
with blue cheese, no ranch.
No
This is
ranch.
gonna be hard.
I know. I don't know if I could do that. You know, I'm not a big blue cheese fan in general.
Christian's gonna give me some lessons.
Okay, there you go.
All right,
I would
deal.
take it from Mouton.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. But back in Utah, now I'd never had this before I lived in Utah. One of the restaurants there mixes gorgonzola cheese into their blue cheese dressing,
Okay.
and it is unreal. It makes me like it.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, because gorgonzola is a type of
Okay.
blue cheese. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a blue cheese
I know, I'm
connoisseur,
not,
so.
like- I'm just in a really bad place, you guys. I should
It's
get
all
out of
good.
this conversation. but anyway, gorgonzola mixed into the blue cheese dressing, it's really good.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll have to check that out.
absolutely. All right.
What do we have here?
We have not a lot of high
Nah.
scores.
No, it's
So
a lot
this
of
is what
a lot
we're-
of marking.
What we were worried about, Danielle did call out, that potentially the transition could be tricky,
Correct. Feeling it.
and that's where we're at. We're in
Everything's
the
starting
bad.
to hook.
Yeah.
Everything's starting to hook.
And I think the girls really take the brunt of it when the first transition really hits them hard because the guys keep moving left. Some of the girls either don't jump left quick enough or they have to get in that
You
right part
gotta,
of the lane.
yeah,
Unless you're Gianna Brandolino and you're just going to.
gotta switch to
Hang
something
out.
a little smoother.
Yeah.
Smoother, stronger, or One of the two. Something that's going to slow it down in the back end. Square up.
Absolutely. Make your spares.
Make your spares.
Which is what Gianna's doing. She's fighting transitioning by making these spares here.
And she could jump in.
She has jumped in.
Yeah. Yep.
Just can't get that 7 pin
Jumped
out.
in and got the ball that's a lot smoother. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a grind fest for these nets. Probably I'd give it about another game, and then the scores are gonna jump up.
I could see that. Yep.
I'd give it a game and a half.
Man, AVC Gates. The porters here are old school. They are running.
You see that?
Running.
Imagine me running down to Big Cat to go get a dead wood.
I can see it.
Hopefully I don't fall through.
Oh.
I did it one time, and I noticed how old I am.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I haven't got a dead wood in a long time.
I did it recently too, and I'm like, whoa. It's a different when you work at the bowling center when you're 16, and you can run down and get them.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
I remember we had a, let's see, when I lived in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Okay.
Same thing, difference, close. Military base. We had a mechanic that he would hustle down the lanes, down the Big Cat, and he would jump
Oh my
around
gosh.
he would jump like
the cameras, that area?
Yeah, onto the lane and slide under and then pop up under the masking unit.
No.
But
Oh
he
my
did it like
gosh.
full speed every time, and it scared me so bad. Like
yeah.
he didn't play, but I was like, man, there's no way.
That sounds pretty scary.
Emmanuel said him too. Me too.
Oh, he's going to give you some lessons. I would take lessons from both of them.
I like it. I'll have to send some videos.
Oh, I wanted that double for Asher.
Yeah, she says she has some goals.
Okay.
Not sure what goals, but she has some goals that she has to meet to be able to get something out of the booth. Yeah.
All right.
So it's filling frames and all that stuff, all the good stuff. So
now, do you feel like the Coolwick area has become a source of psychological, like a therapy couch almost?
it's a reset sometimes for some of the kids. They come over there and
they're like, I just need to chat.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, pretty much. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Oh yeah.
Too much.
Right.
So you're gonna have the ones that accept it, and you're gonna have the ones that's like, I shouldn't have come up to this person. He's telling me the truth.
Right.
I didn't want to hear that.
Right. I already feel bad enough, G.
But for the most part,
yeah.
they come over and it's a good reset. Try to make them laugh and think about it. Think about something else and move on.
Nolan was really hoping that you would bring the rock, paper, scissors back. But I think you got schooled.
Yeah. I got beat up at the...
You did.
I got beat up at the slam.
Well, it didn't help that we had a little bit of a delay, so there was extra time.
Oh, yeah.
That was...
And I had all plans to try to do the rock, paper, scissors today, but we're fairly busy.
Which is good. Yeah.
And then, everybody was going to get their food and all that stuff, so...
All right, so the girls here, I don't believe many of them really bowled what they wanted to. Natalie here, I think, Natalie has a solid game. She had one open last frame.
Yep.
But she still can strike out for 200.
That's right.
On the board. Manny wants to know if we're ready for Coastal Classic. I'm ready.
Is that my place? Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Yes, I cannot wait.
I know it's
that's
such
close
a great
to
tournament.
That's close to home. That's about 3.5, 4 hours from home. That's down the street to me.
It's awesome. Now we have 2 events left. We have Idaho, and which I told Cliff earlier. I'm like, you guys have to come to Storm. Come see Storm, and then drive up with us when you come out to Idaho.
How far? How close is that?
and a half hours.
What did he say?
What do I say? What?
What did he say? He'll think
He
about
said,
it.
yeah. He said
Oh,
we
really?
gotta work out. He's like, I don't think Nick's been there. Have you been there?
Yeah, I've
Okay,
been to.
that's what
Yeah,
we thought you had been there, but yeah. So
yeah. Nick's never been. No, he hasn't.
yeah, be fun.
Idaho's gonna be the first one for me. I can speak for myself.
Yeah, Boise.
Yeah, I've never been to Idaho.
You gotta eat potatoes in Boise.
I would assume they have potatoes there.
French fries. And I actually am wrong because there's 3 events. I forgot. So
Louisiana.
Yes.
That's already on my.
You're like, don't forget New Orleans.
Yeah, that's my.
Or Baton Rouge. I should
Baton
say
Rouge,
New Orleans.
Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 3 events
New
left in the
Orleans.
year. And Manny, to answer your question, I really think this has been one of my favorite SYC seasons from start to finish.
Really?
Like all of the events have been great hosts. Like all of the bowling centers have been solid, and I think it's been a really good year. I mean, we're not done yet.
We are not. This is my first year, but I have them all circled on my calendar. Cannot wait to get to each event.
Right.
You know how you have to travel and all that stuff to different places, but like the SYCs, I cannot wait to get to every time.
I got my beach jersey ready for next month. Although, you know, Leanne has decided that we have to wear the scarlet and gray on Saturdays.
Oh.
I don't know how I possibly could do this all Saturday
man.
in the fall.
I know.
I mean, right?
And the Ohio State color jersey. Twist
got
my
shoes
arm
to
some
match.
more.
I mean, I'm good. I'm solid.
A fist bump on that one.
Yeah, right. Let's go. She literally said that. She's like, is it okay if we wear those on Saturdays? I'm like, I think I can make it work.
Yeah, she did. She came over to the booth. She was like, I have my jersey on.
Yeah.
And Blair showed up with the wrong black, red, and white jersey. I was like, yeah, I did remember you said at the slam. She was like, yeah, we should wear this jersey all the time.
All the time, right? Yeah, exactly. That's great.
I was like, don't twist my arm too much.
Right? Man, it's easy.
I actually had that jersey set on top of my suitcase, but Nick.
No, this is good.
Yeah, Nick made sure I print out the new stuff. We always wear the New York's each event's jersey. So
I like that.
He keeps me honest because I really wanted to switch up and bring something old.
Oh yeah.
But
all right, Miss Gianna, she will have the highest game on these.
She will.
2 pair.
Delaney's up. She has a chance to strike and get to the deuce number. She has a chance to get to 192.
Yeah.
The spare.
Solid.
Like she missed it at the bottom a little.
Yeah.
Dropped off.
It happens.
It does.
Ooh, Gianna. She missed a little right, too. She turned around like, what happened?
Yeah.
204, though. She's fine.
204. Her and the coach got to 204.
Her and the coach. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Charlotte's one of my favorites. Charlotte was the first place that I experienced the SYC.
Oh, yeah. You snuck in?
Well, we had my youth tour, the 12-bagger one, the week before.
Oh, yeah,
something like
so
that.
you're here.
And then my kids that I was coaching at that time, they, signed up for the SYC. And it's a long time ago. G.W. Martin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fink, Alan Finks, Brad Finks, they were all bowling in that tournament.
I love it.
Nate Thaser was little, and Caroline was the older one.
Now
at the
she's
time.
in grad school.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Time flies. This game flew, G. Thanks for making it fly by. We're gonna let you get back to the busy booth, but
back to work for me.
We'll have someone. Thanks
See you later,
again
chat.
for making the Cool Wick so cool. The Cool Wick, the SYC so cool this year.
No problem.
You've cooled it up. All right. We'll be right back.
Cooled it up. See you, chat.
All right, we are back, and I am joined by Team Storm member Sam Capizzi, right? Is that it?
That's right.
I
You
said
got
it. Okay, good. All right, good. Sam, welcome to the live stream booth.
Thank you for having me in here. This should be highly entertaining.
Yeah, because you're watching your young Elena.
Oh, she's gonna be mad. It's Alina.
Oh no, Alina! Dang it, Alina.
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah, she's on the young end of things.
Okay.
She's bowling in the under 15 division, but she's only 12.
Okay. Oh, nice. Bowling
So-
up a little bit.
Yeah, she's bowling up a little bit.
I like that.
She's trying.
Yeah. Well, the only way that you get better is a little challenge.
Absolutely. She's in for a challenge today, though.
I love it. So we're watching Anna Antony, SYC champ, Morgan Sheldon, Alyssa Randisi, SYC and Junior Gold champ, Ashton DeVries, Trishna Desai, and Alina Capizzi.
Yeah, I let you do all those names because they're pretty hard.
Yeah, right? And then on the 33 and 34, we have Haley Barber, Abigail Starkey, Alea Kerrigan, Kylie Downing, Amelia Drost, Lena Kratzer.
I think
Yeah.
you did pretty good on that.
I butcher names. I apologize. I do a blanket apology every time, too. Like, I'm so sorry.
Reading names is pretty hard on here.
Yeah, there's some unique ones, which is great. I love all the unique ones, but
Well, it makes them all different. Everybody's different, so should all have different names.
yes. Miss Kylie here. She's been hanging out with one of our score helpers today, Nathan Johnson.
Yeah, she's
Starts
starting
with
off.
a double.
Yeah, starting off with a doubles. Kind of hard to do these days here.
I like
Yep.
your daughter's jersey.
Yeah, that's all her little black cats. She has two of them. And
Nice.
she told me this morning it's National Black Cat Day.
Oh, well,
Sh-
she dressed appropriately.
Yeah, she came prepared.
Now, she does not think black cats are bad luck. She
No,
loves
absolutely
black cats.
not.
Yeah. I love that.
Yep, she's oh boy. This is the parents' perspective.
Yeah. How's
It's-
it been going?
It is very hard watching.
Okay.
It
Well,
is harder to watch than it is to actually bowl. I'd rather bowl bad any day of the week than to sit and watch her bowl bad.
right, because you want so
Yeah.
much for her, right?
Oh yeah. But that first shot she threw was actually really good. It's a pretty good shot. She could probably move off of that. She's got her uncle back there helping her pinch hitting
Nice.
at the moment. I've actually been watching these girls all day long, so I have a pretty good perspective on what's going on.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you the girls. So these two pairs started with boys on them, and then the girls that just came through, they struggled a little bit on these two. I'm not sure if they've transitioned
Yeah,
the way that they wanted them to.
Well, being that I'm from Rochester, this area, and this is my home bowling center,
Sure.
I have a nice perspective on the lanes here and the traffic and whatnot and the topography of the lanes. And I will say that 33 and 34 is probably one of the hardest pairs in this bowling center.
Oh, awesome.
It is, yeah, it's a very challenging pair
Yeah.
for multiple reasons, but if you see your ball do tricks on lane 34, there's probably a reason for it, and it's not the pattern more so than it is the topography of the actual lane. I've been watching Abigail today. She throws it really good.
Yes, she does.
I just might have jinxed her, but she throws it really good, and she plays in the right part of the lane. She's got the right ball roll. She's doing all the right things.
She's
today.
going to Nebraska next year. She's,
Yeah, it kind of shows.
Yeah. She is a solid bowler. SYC champion, Team USA member. Yeah, definitely.
She conducts herself really well too.
Very professional, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, doesn't get upset, and if she does, she doesn't show it,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
Totally. Miss
Uh,
Alyssa Randisi. This is her first tournament in the U15 division after she won the U12 division at Junior Gold.
And she's actually leading right now.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
She
incredible.
throws it so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Alina just showed up, threw a very good shot right there.
Very nice.
Yeah, this is parents' perspective.
Yeah, right?
That just made my day a little bit better.
She's probably like, Dad's in the booth. I have to show up now because otherwise
yeah.
he'll talk bad about me.
100%. All right, so we got Abigail right here in front of us.
Yeah, she does
That's
it great.
pretty good. It looked like she got that one in just a little bit, pushed just a little bit down lane. I do think, like you were saying, with following the boys is going to
Yes.
create problems. We'll call it problems for the girls. Which the better girls, or more advanced girls, we'll say, are going to figure it out pretty quick.
Right.
That it's going to help them. And the ones that stay to the right too long are probably going to get in a little bit of trouble. At least that's my thinking on it.
I would agree with you. I think what we saw were some of the girls that were starting to move in and figuring it out. Others, maybe like Trishna here, that was a good shot. She just isn't far enough left. Like her eyes are in the right place. Her feet just need to move a little bit further left.
Yeah, she's in the right spot. Her ball shape just might be a little bit off.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's a ball change. I'm not really sure what she's using, but if she does get a little bit left, maybe watches her speed a little bit, gets it to pick up in the right spot of the lane, she can kind of make that adjustment. She's going to have to do something here. She's got a little bit of a slow start.
100%.
And then if you're Alyssa coming up, you're just getting ready to throw another strike.
Yeah. Alyssa's just been on a tear. I mean, I was watching her scores at Junior Gold, and every day I looked, she was the only one plus in the U12 division. I'm like, she is just killing it.
Did, let's see this shot here.
Yeah,
Okay.
hooked on her.
Did you guys know that in the first block, she used a plastic ball to lead this?
I did not know that. Oh my goodness, that's
Yes.
even crazier.
She used a plastic ball, rolled it off the gutter, very similar to what she's doing now,
Yeah,
and just made them look very easy. I believe she averaged 193 the first set,
yeah.
which it's a very good score on this pattern.
Oh, 100%.
Especially,
Yeah,
I mean, age ratio.
yeah.
And then she goes out there and aces one of the hardest spurs you could throw at.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And like it's nothing.
Right. Yeah. All right, Alina makes a spare.
Good spare. And a little
Yep.
fist bump, too.
Yeah.
I love it.
So she got her new Storm Lightning spare ball.
It's beautiful.
And oh yeah, she's all about it. But I noticed that she's gotten really good at making spares because she uses her spare ball for everything now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of helped her get a little bit better with it. Your spare ball should be your best friend.
100%.
And we have nice spare balls, actually. By the way.
We have a whole lineup.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, it's amazing.
Yep, we got that new clear, the clear Storm spare, the white one.
That one looks awesome going down
Yep.
the lane too. Yeah. And there's a couple coming this fall, Mix and Ice, that you've seen advertised probably this summer. They're on the way this fall. They're coming soon. We don't have a real estimated date.
Yeah,
but
it's tough these days.
yeah. They're coming sometime soon.
Speaking of, we have a new mix right here going down the lane on 32.
I love this one. Yeah, that one. That's the one I have actually. That Anna. Unlike her to miss a spare.
She's actually very. I probably jinxed her again, but her spare shooting was actually really good in the first set.
Yeah, she normally is a really good spare shooter. But you know what? It happens. Everyone misses a spare every once in a while. Even Walter Ray.
Right. Well, and I think a lot of people don't realize that the harder lane patterns complicate things on your spares.
Oh yes.
You leave crazier things, right on cue. Lena leaves something pretty crazy,
Yeah.
and it makes it a little bit harder because you can't do the normal things you would do throwing at spares.
100%.
All of a sudden an 8-pin got kind of hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas normally you just throw your strike ball at it and you make your 8-pin, and now it's like, well, I can't hit the 1-3, so
How are we gonna do this?
yeah, do I want to throw a plastic ball at it? Might make it a little easier.
I was watching the U15 girls warm up on the short today, and I watched a young lady line up for the 610. It looked perfect, and it hooked just at the last minute. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes your spare ball starts
Does
hooking.
that? Oh boy.
Oh boy, Alyssa, it's time to make a move, a little move.
All right. Now, I did notice something. Let's see here. Let's see. Alyssa, so she threw at this earlier and aced it. No. Oh.
Almost got him.
Almost got it the hard way.
Yeah.
All right, what else is going on here?
Alea Kerrigan was striking a bunch. She had a turkey, but
she did have the first 3 strikes here.
Yeah, hers just went high. We said, transition.
Yeah, I mean, back to what I was saying about bowling a lot in this bowling center. The topography and the traffic and whatnot, they change really fast here.
Yes.
And depending on what end of the bowling center you're on, you're going to get a little bit different. Like, if you're on the low end of the center, they're going to get really tight down lane. More so where if you're on the higher end of the bowling center, they start to hook down lane. And we are in like the middle part of the center here. This gets the most traffic with open play and whatnot. They're pretty beat up. And once Russ and Kelvin took over, the usage went way up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it kind of shows, but it just makes it a little bit more challenging. I don't think it's not the end of the world. It just makes it a little more challenging. It makes the lanes change pretty quick, and you might get a pair like 33 and 34 where they're 2 different bowling centers.
Abigail just changed ball. She went to the attention star, and I liked it, but I think she needs to move left a little bit. Not a lot.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but that was a good ball change. I don't know what she was throwing before, but
and Abigail has the game where I think she can get left and hook it.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, every time I see her bowl, she bowls on this hard stuff, and she's playing pretty straight.
Yeah.
But I think she can get left and hook it. All right. It's right in the middle.
All right. That's totally good. Smile. Hey, it's important to be positive, like you said. Like your daughter, right? She's starting a new division, or trying, kind of bowling up.
Yeah, I mean, we were a little hesitant. I'll be honest with you. We were a little hesitant to bowl. Oh boy, that's gonna be trouble. But that's what I was talking about. Something so easy as the 5.9 or the 5.8. Now it just gets that much harder because of the pattern.
Right.
You can't just hook it at it like you normally would.
Yeah, because that looked like that would, on a house shot, that'd be right on.
Yeah, a house shot, you probably wouldn't have left it on a house shot. Let's be honest.
Good point.
But if you're throwing it at a house shot, you're probably just gonna move a couple boards left if you're right-handed and just let her rip and let the pattern help. But yeah, I mean, we were a little hesitant to bowl, but she kind of wanted to bowl. We bowled summer league.
Yeah.
And she was getting into things. She got a new ball. She got a DNA coil, and so she's kind of filled out the bag a little bit. So she's got some more options on this kind of stuff. So it's a learning experience.
Like it.
But I actually had a conversation this morning. I don't want to say the bowler. She did not start very good.
Okay.
She's on the pair. We'll just say she's on a pair, maybe to the left of us.
Okay.
And I kind of explained to her, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
There's no reason to kind of get upset. You're only 6 frames into it. And good things can happen. The lanes are going to change. So if you don't have it in the first 6 frames, you make your spares, kind of move on, and it'll come to you. It always comes to you. Sometimes takes longer than other times. And she just bowled 2 something 10, I think, the last
Oh,
game.
nice.
And she's making a run towards the top.
Nice.
She's got everything going in the right direction. So it's a learning experience, and you gotta learn how to be patient. And
Yeah.
I'm the least patient person ever, but it took me about 30 years to learn how to be patient in a bowling tournament.
See, there's Abby's move. She made a little move and struck.
Talking and not paying attention.
No, you're good. No, I like we were talking earlier about the SYC. It is about consistency here.
Nope.
Because it's obviously you want to get a medal, right? Medaling is great, but there are a lot of bowlers that have not gotten a medal in any round, and in the end, they end up on the trophy podium, if you will,
Right.
holding either a trophy or an overall medal because they were just consistent all the way through.
Oh yeah. I mean, spares are just so important in a
Yes.
tournament like this. It's not a strike fest. That's another thing we were talking about, scoring pace.
Yeah.
Understand scoring pace. And scoring pace isn't exactly super high on this stuff. So you can bowl 190 and it's not the end of the world. You can bowl 180 and it's not the end of the world. Make your spares. If you make all your spares, you're going to bowl 180, 190. So Lena left another 10 pin. So Lena's 10 pins. It's just like, it could be in the pocket. It could be on the cross. It's a 10 pin. It's still 9 on the board. No matter how it got there. Let's see. What else do we have going on here? That's actually a really good shot on 32.
Yes.
Yep.
Really good shot.
Yep. She's right angle through the front part of the lane.
Kylie's bowling great. She's making all her spares, striking when she can.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about there.
Yeah.
I mean, she started out through a double, makes all her spares. She's going to bowl 200 as long as she stays clean the rest of the game.
Exactly. Good
And
shot by Haley.
Haley's-
Oh,
Haley's bowling pretty decent.
that was a great shot.
Bowled with Haley in a summer league.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Those are pretty good. She likes that ball she's throwing.
Now, we were talking earlier, Danielle. So I commented that I think that there's a lot of youth bowling opportunities in the New York area right now.
Oh, yeah.
And you live here, so
Yep. I see them, and then there's just something to do every weekend, whether it's for me, whether it's for Lena. I'm going to have to get Mom to start learning how to read a lane. All right, let's see. What do we got here?
Oh, hold on, Anna.
Oh, Anna got that.
Oof. Giving me a heart attack.
All right, Lena's going to the strong side.
Yeah. And she
There
gets
she
a
goes.
strike. She'll take it. A little smile. Now, has Lena bowled junior gold yet, or
No.
no?
No, we haven't taken that plunge yet.
So that's a big commitment.
Yeah. Tell me about it. All right, I got a bird's eye view here of Abigail's stock
She gets the
shot here.
10 out. She is repping the Bears today.
So, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there's only one other Bears fan in this whole bowling center. It's Heather Dorico.
Yeah.
But she's playing in the right spot of the lane. I mean, a lot of this is, I guess, book smarts.
Yes.
The technology aspect of it, knowing what ball to throw, when to throw it, where to play on the lane. That's another good shot right there.
Really good shot by Leia.
It actually looked pretty good. She might have to make a move because that was in the right spot.
Yeah.
That was a little bit early. She might be a ball change. The ball picked up pretty quick. But learning the technology side of things is so important.
It is.
You can go on YouTube and you can watch all the different storm videos, whether it's laying out the bowling ball, drilling the bowling ball, the science behind it. Hank does great stuff.
Yeah, Hank is. I mean,
Just listen to him for a few hours.
I could listen to him for a lot of hours.
Nope. Hank,
Yeah.
so smart with when he starts talking.
And I have to listen to him multiple times to understand. Many times. Sometimes I'll tell him, I'm like, Hank, I need to understand this, and like, it's me.
I
Talk to me.
yeah, I have a great Hank story.
Yeah.
The first time I ever met Hank. So I was bowling, subbing in a league. It was a sport league, and I was bowling with Mike Rose.
Yep.
Okay, now, everybody knows who Mike Rose is. Mike Rose,
100%.
Rochester. He moved down to Florida now, but everybody knows who Mike Rose is. So we're bowling in this league. It's a sport league, and Mike's got some new bowling balls, and Mike is striking. And I, Ruth, Mike's wife, comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, what do you think of that? Those new bowling balls he's throwing? He's throwing storm balls." At the time, he was with another company,
Yep.
while he's transitioning to storm ball. And I'm like, man, they look really good, but I don't know. It's Mike. He likes to see his ball hook in front of the lane and all this stuff, and I'm giving him stuff,
Right.
giving him the business. Meanwhile, the person who came up with the bowling ball, designed the bowling ball, is actually sitting at the table, and it's Hank. And I'm giving Mike the business about this, and there's Hank sitting there, and
Just
Ruth
quiet.
goes,
Yeah.
"Hey, you want to see the guy, or want to meet the guy that made that ball,
Yeah.
that designed that ball, right there?" Yep, that was when I met Hank.
That's awesome.
I felt like the biggest idiot, but it was a funny story.
That is.
And
a
ever
good
since
one.
then, every time I see Hank, he's a great guy.
Yeah, Hank's the best.
Yep, Hank's awesome.
We have a great team at Storm, and Bill and the late Bill Chrisman and Barbara Chrisman, they're the reason the SYCs could get started because they supported all of the youth bowling initiatives. They support bowling. They give back as much as they possibly can. Barb carries
Absolutely.
that vision through. Tyler Jensen, our new president, he believes in the future of the sport and all the events. And
Fun.
then Gary and Leanne, of course,
Oh.
they're the reason that these events exist.
So if you bring up Tyler,
Yeah.
another funny story.
Yeah.
So remember back in February we were at the TAT,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so we're bowling at the TAT, and I'm bowling my match. I think it was like maybe second round.
Right.
And it was next to the live pair.
Yeah.
At no point did I know that was Tyler in the booth.
Yeah.
I bowled that whole match, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on the live pair, and that's
Right.
pretty cool. And Blair's watching me bowl, and everybody's there.
You
No
know,
point.
yeah.
They didn't
That's
even go over and
awesome.
say hi to him. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just, "Oh, I wonder who that guy is in the
He
booth."
was totally under the radar that event
Oh,
because he wore
yeah.
the tracksuit. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it was awesome. I'm like, Tyler, you're ridiculous. He's like, where else would I wear it? I love it. So,
Yep.
yeah.
And another funny story. Talk about not being aware of your surroundings.
Hey, but you know what? That it's a good lesson for the youth bowlers that are listening because you never know who is watching you bowl.
Yeah.
And I tell kids this all the time, and I used to tell them a lot more when I was coaching youth bowlers because I would listen. When you're coaching or running youth leagues, you hear kind of what they're saying under their breath a little more than when
Yeah.
you're back in the back. And I always would remind them, I'm like, you never really know who's listening to what you say, and what college coach that you don't even know is just standing
Yeah.
back there in street clothes and. Always being on your best behavior is so important.
Yeah. So speaking of, growing up, and it's taken me a long time. That's a
Abby.
very good shot
4
right
in a
there.
row there. That ball changed, man. All right, carry on.
So back when I was the age of some of the kids bowling,
Yeah.
I was not exactly the best person to be around.
Yeah.
And I have a little protege that bowls with my daughter on the high school team, and she kind of has similar
Yeah.
tendencies. We'll
Right.
call it that.
Yeah.
And I explained to her one day, people only remember the bad, never really remember the good.
Totally true.
So you can do something really bad and unfortunate, and they're not going to remember that you bowled 260 the game before that.
Right.
They're just going to remember the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And it stays with you. I mean, I'm in my 40s now, and stuff like that stays with me. Somebody might come up and maybe make a comment or something I did 20 years ago. And it's very important, like we were talking about with Abby over here, how to carry yourself,
Yes.
respectful.
Yes.
because that goes a very long way in life.
Yeah, for sure.
It really does.
Anna's another one. Anna always is carrying herself
Yep.
well. She's so funny too. She's struggling on this
So
this fair here.
yeah, I was gonna say she's been struggling this afternoon set.
Okay.
She bowled pretty good earlier.
Yeah.
Another one she was using plastic,
Ah.
making a mix work earlier, but she's struggling a little bit right now. But you wouldn't know it.
Right.
She's not.
Right. Giving off that.
Yeah, she's not giving off that bad vibe, that negative vibe.
Which a lot of I saw coaches and parents posted that about Junior Gold, and I've heard it for years. And finally, it's kind of getting out there that, especially at Junior Gold, because they, like, I just feel like you feel like you're on a bigger stage there, right?
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of kids like, oh, the college coach was watching me when I bowled my worst game, right? But the coaches aren't always looking up at the scoreboard, if ever, right? They're totally watching how you're acting, how you're bowling, your fundamentals, like how you're overcoming whatever you're facing.
Right. That's like what I tell the kids when they're bowling. It's just if you're giving 100% effort,
Yeah.
and you're trying and you're learning, like the most important thing when you go to a bowling center, and it don't matter if you're going to league, if you're going to a bowl tournament, if you learn something every time you go in that bowling center, that can help you the next time you go to that bowling center, you're just going to keep getting better. And I learned this weekend that Ryan runs down there and gets those deadwoods pretty quick.
We were talking about it earlier. We're like, it's like old school. Gerald was just in here, and I'm like, the porters are running. They are running down
He's
the lanes.
on it.
Yeah. I can't do it like that anymore.
No.
I'll fall.
At some point, Ryan's my buddy.
Yeah.
At some point, he might fall.
Yeah.
He might take a dive, and I'm not gonna. I don't know if I could stand there and not laugh at him.
Yeah.
As long as he's okay.
Yeah, you would make sure he's okay, and then you would laugh. Hopefully.
Man, he goes at 100 every time he runs down the lane.
He really does. He's flying.
He's overachieving.
Yeah. Here's Miss Morgan. Morgan's having a solid game here. Ashton finished with 188. Morgan has worked really hard for this 164, which probably doesn't feel like a good game to her, but I'm sorry, 161. It probably doesn't feel like what she wanted to bowl, but it is solid on this stuff.
I would say in that age group, if you can bowl anything over 165 to 175,
Yeah,
you can get to 200. You're doing something really right.
100%. Yeah.
That's how just the scoring pace is just kind of on the low side. And then you got Alyssa over here that's just
Something kicked in this summer with her. It's amazing.
she's gonna be really good. She's really good now, but she's gonna be really good. She's gonna be a problem for all the ladies on the tour.
100%. Yeah, both
Cause
her and Anna. Yeah.
She does something that none of the girls out there are doing. I mean, you see, like when Shannon Pluhowski has it, there's not too many people that are gonna beat her.
Right.
And when this little girl has it, she strikes.
Yeah.
And she's pretty smart too. She makes a lot of moves and a lot of adjustments.
Well, that's what I was going to say. She is wicked smart on the lanes and off the lanes. She is a hard worker at school. She, last month, or 2 months ago at our Super Slam, we hosted this hyper bowling party for all the kids and families, and her brother wanted to bowl.
He's funny.
He's hysterical.
He's good.
She was at she was doing homework while everyone was bowling and playing, and she's sitting doing her homework. I'm like, oh my goodness, Alyssa. So she's hard, dedicated.
Well, and that kind of goes back to if you want to be a good bowler. I mean, there's so many sides to the game.
Oh yeah.
There's the smarts, the street smart side, the technical side.
Yes.
There's also being in good physical shape. Have the ability to go bowl 15 games on the weekend and not slow down, not lose anything.
Yeah, Danielle touched on that a little bit yesterday in the Q&A because it's such the modern game has so much physical.
It's changed so much, and I mean, in my career, it's changed so much, like different generations and whatnot. But now, it's not so much about hitting the penny on the lane or splitting boards and stuff like that. It's really about having the right ball, matching up, learning your angles, getting the ball to slow down, to go through the pins the right way. Surfaces. I know I heard Leanne talking about surfaces, changing surfaces.
Yeah.
It's funny. I found all my Avalon pads in my daughter's bag this morning
Oh, jeez.
that I've been looking for all summer.
You're like, oh, here they are.
Yeah,
Did you put them there or did she?
No, she put them there. She thought she would need them.
I love it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, here they are.
Yep.
That's funny.
What was that? Thursday night, she came to me. She's like, "Hey, we need to clean all my bowling balls, get them all ready for the weekend."
Good for her.
I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she'll go down there. I got a ball spinner and whatnot, and she'll go down there and she'll make everything happen. But she comes to me and goes, "We don't. Where's all the Adderall pads?" And I'm like, "Alina, I don't know where they are. I haven't seen them all summer."
What did you do with them? That's
Yeah.
funny.
I just found about 10 of them in her bag about half an hour ago, looking for tape for her.
That's funny.
So, all right. Abigail is going to finish off this game over here. She can go 223, which is
Phenomenal.
A very, very good score.
Yeah, after that ball change, she just struck a lot.
Yep. Well, that's
Smart.
yeah, that's advanced bowling right there. She's
Right.
making the moves. She's got nobody helping her back here.
No.
All that stuff was on her own.
For sure.
She knew we were talking about her.
She's like, yeah, guys. Her mom's watching at home though. Beth, she her Nana was supposed to be here this weekend, which shout out to the Starkey family, but her grandpa had a little health scare, so we're all thinking about her grandpa this weekend.
Yeah,
He's in the hospital.
No
Yeah,
fun getting old.
no kidding. Yeah, that's what Papa would say too.
Yeah.
He still has a sense of humor though. They sent a video. It was funny.
Oh yeah.
This Leia, she's gonna finish us up. Let's see if she can strike to finish it off. I love her jersey. She is. This is another Team Storm
She went running
member.
past us.
She did. There's a event or a cause striking against suicide that focuses on military
Okay.
personnel, and that's the jersey she's repping. And
She went right around us.
I know,
I think
right?
she's gonna come out on the other side here.
yeah, and they're doing lots of events and different things.
Oh, you got the little guys coming in.
Oh yeah, we got the U12ers. I think
of,
I'm gonna grab Kelvin too. Kelvin's gonna come chat. with
Oh,
us.
Kelvin loves little Nolan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
that's his
good.
guy.
Good. We'll go grab him.
Oh,
Leia
great.
is she went to get another ball.
Oh,
I
here she
think.
comes.
She's making a little ball change.
Yep. Let's see how this works out for her.
So we are gonna take a short break. Got Vincenzo starting here.
See that shot?
These kids are so
They
good.
throw it better than me right about now.
Vinny just bowled his first 300 recently.
Come on, really?
Sanctioned. like,
Crazy.
I mean,
That's amazing.
it is amazing. These kids are unreal.
All right, here comes this fill ball we've all been waiting for on lane 34.
It's gonna strike.
Think so? I think it's got a chance.
All right, we're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Sam, for hanging out with us.
Oh, anytime. This is a blast.
All right, and thanks for all you do for Team Storm, and we will be right back. All right. We are back. I'm joined by Kelvin Parker. What's up, Kelvin?
Not too much. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Kelvin, we got some U12 boys and girls in front of us.
All right.
Isn't it fun to watch the little ones?
It is.
They're loving life. They bowl great. Taylor Morgan just celebrated a birthday. She turned 10.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I've also noticed with the little ones, they're all friends.
All.
They all high five each other. They all talk to each other.
And half of them didn't even know each other before the weekend started. And they just become friends.
Yeah, I noticed it earlier. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they all root for each other. They cheer for each other. It's good to see.
Absolutely. All right, so we got Vinny Pachulo, I think is.
Chillo, I think it is.
Yeah. Vinny, he was our gold medalist from the short pattern this morning.
Okay.
He bowled his first 300 ever recently.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Let me see. Let's see if he filled out his bio, because then I'll have the true stats. Yeah, Vinny, he shot his first 300 on July 27th.
See that? All right.
He's from Kingston, Pennsylvania. He's 11. He loves to surf, ride his dirt bike, and play video games. It's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we got Gavin Slocum, Christopher Sim, Brent Bates, Trevor Mason, and Nolan Randisi.
My man Nolan.
Nolan's awesome. He is hysterical.
He is.
He cracks me up. And his sister, him and his sister bowl really, really well.
Yeah, I told him yesterday, I asked his parents if he could stay the week with me. And they said, sure, you can have him permanently, but you're going to give him back. So I told Nolan, I go, your parents said you could stay with me for a week in Rochester. He's like, oh boy. I go, but I'll bring you to work with me. You can bowl all day long because I'm here all day. And he's like, okay, that's not too bad then.
That's funny. That is awesome. Here's Mr. Nolan. Nolan, so this license plate on the back of the New York jersey, there was a code in it
Okay.
that the SYC team put in special. And Nolan and Alyssa Randisi worked really hard to figure out, they cracked the code.
Okay, I saw that earlier when I was in with Danielle. I was like, okay, license plate, but I didn't know
It doesn't look like a New York plate, right? Like,
No. Too many numbers.
yeah, there's a code on it. So, but Nolan and Alyssa cracked it.
Okay. Does anyone else know the code besides those two?
I think a few others have figured it out. Gerald knows it. Gerald came up with it, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, if you look at it, it's on the Coolwick website, or the numbers are 78676.
Okay.
So you have to kind of think through what that may mean.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. See some of the young ladies too. See, now what I love about the U12 division is even at this age, you see the really good fundamentals.
Yes.
Yeah. When did you start bowling?
I was probably 5 or 6.
Okay, so yeah, so you were bowling
Yeah.
around these kiddos' ages.
Mm-hmm.
Were you bowling as good as them?
No,
Yeah, me
not
neither.
at all. No.
They're running laps around me.
I mean, they're getting a lot better at a lot younger of an age.
Great shot by Gavin there. All right, here's Miss Nora Rowe. She was also a gold medalist this morning.
Okay.
Ooh, what a shot.
Shot by Trevor.
Yeah. I don't know what this comment means. Are there other kids we get it? I don't know what that means. So we are watching the bowlers in front of us. They move throughout the lanes. You'll see other kids each game.
I'm not quite sure what that means either.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a,
Just be patient.
that's a code they want us to crack.
Yeah, no kidding. Trevor is an SYC champ.
Oh,
He's got a few titles.
okay.
And he's an expert enough that he just knew that he wasn't where he wanted to be and
And
stopped.
stops, which is so hard to do on any level.
Right. Avery here came to our SYC Carnival last night, and he won a bowling ball.
Oh.
So
Did he have to do something special to win that bowling ball?
he did the full scavenger hunt. So a few of them did the scavenger hunt and turned in their cards, and then we drew a lucky winner this morning. So he did all of he went and got his fortune told. He got a tattoo. We all got the storm tattoos going on today.
So I saw that today on
Yeah.
everybody.
And he throws it so good.
He does.
And he's got some good speed for a young age.
Got balance at the line too.
Oh, it's incredible. Tough break for Stevie there.
Good shot by Nora over here. Got a good game going.
Very good.
So now this is game 4, correct?
Game 4. They got one game left. It feels a little slower this afternoon than it did this morning. They're slowing their pace a little bit. Maybe not striking quite as much.
Yeah. This morning definitely played a little easier than I thought it would.
Me too. Agreed.
But medium patterns are normally harder.
Yeah.
Just because there's more ways to play the lanes, and then the transition kind of changes on them very quickly.
That was really unfair for CJ there. He went left, but he left a split. So sad. See if he can slide it over. Let's go, CJ. Got a field goal.
Yeah, that was kind of tough to do, actually.
It hooked a lot on him. All right, so Nolan is going to be your assistant. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Can train him up. You know Nolan, I don't know what the final number was. I could ask his dad, who's probably hanging around somewhere. But he won actually, well, let me look. Let me get the exact number. Because this is insane what young Nolan did here this summer. So beyond the fact that his sister won junior gold, Nolan, hang on a second. I have to get back through the junior gold. Okay. Nolan won $41,000 in scholarship money through the Bolero Youth Classic Series.
Are you serious?
This year. $41,000 in his smart account.
Wow.
Yeah. He basically
and he's 10, right?
Yeah. He was traveling around there. The Bolero put together a unbelievable youth classic series where they were giving they put in a lot of added money into those events, and his family was traveling to as many as they could, and Nolan was just winning.
$40,000.
$40,000.
At the age of 10, he has $40,000 in scholarship.
Now, his parents, as all parents would do, they said, well, we have no idea how much college is going to cost, so might as well keep earning.
I did have a conversation with them yesterday, and they were telling me that his sister Alyssa plans on being a lawyer. So if no one's going to be anything like that, he's got to start now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be expensive.
I could see Alyssa totally being a lawyer.
Yep, that's what they said. That's what she wants to be, a lawyer.
Yeah.
Little Avery. All right. couple good scores going on here though with the U12.
Yes, there are. Nora, especially. Nora's got some. She's got a good game going. Avery.
Avery with his Belmo spare ball.
He's got it. We used to ask them who their favorite Pro Bowler was, but it was a lot. I bet this year it would be a lot of EJ Tackett.
Probably.
Yeah. EJ's kind of dominated.
EJ
on that
had
tour
a great
this
year.
Yeah. Good shot by Stevie. Nice shot.
Look at that.
Stevie and her sister, her family's in the military, and
Okay.
they just relocated from Hawaii to Maryland.
Okay.
So I think we'll
Probably
be seeing
Annapolis.
Fort Meade.
Fort
I
Meade?
think.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Fort Meade had the bowling center on base there that they host a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, they do. Mr. Cynic. He's working with the girls, I think.
I've also noticed, I was on Facebook earlier when I was taking a break.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a few college coaches here
Ah,
Looking to
under
do
the
a little
radar.
doing
I
a
like
little
it.
recruiting.
I did see the new mom, Heather, walking
Yep,
around.
yep, Heather's here. I haven't seen him, but I saw that Jeff Walsh checked in out of Buffalo.
Nice.
I saw another one that had checked in, so
It's funny. Sam Capuzzi was just in here, and I always tell the kids, you never know who's standing behind you watching, and you may not know that they're there.
you
Like,
might not even know who they are or why they're there.
right. They sometimes like being under the radar. They don't always like us to announce they're here.
But the best thing about SYC is all the kids are on their best behavior.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, I'd say that's part of the culture you guys have built here, and all the kids know it. So you very rarely see anything bad, out of these kids. Very respectful.
And if you're not, Leanne marches herself down there to talk to you, and that's the last thing you want is Leanne coming down to tell you
Yeah.
anything. She'll give you the business.
Yep. There's a young man over there. I don't know his name. He's on like 26, but him and his family had some car trouble yesterday.
Oh no, yeah.
And so they missed the practice sessions, but they got here last night. So we let him bowl.
Yeah,
He bowled on, we let him bowl all the patterns because they were still out.
yeah.
And, his mom came up to pay, and I'm like, you know what? Things happen. It's not, the practice session is free for them. So it's not your fault that he missed it. So, we didn't charge him or whatever. But today, the young man came up to the front desk and thanked me for letting him bowl yesterday.
That's great.
Very respectful, very nice to see.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. And obviously, like I say, when his mom came to pay, he was still bowling. So, obviously she must have mentioned something to him. And that was the first thing he said when he came in the building today. He came up and thanked us for it. So
That's awesome. Good
a lot
story.
of nice, a lot of respectable, nice kids here.
Well, and we always tell the kids when they come to SYC is like, they'll ask us where to go for lunch, and I'm like, don't ask us. Go talk to the bowling center. Ask the guys at the front desk because they know where to eat.
Yeah.
If you don't want to eat here, which we ate here, and I had your buffalo wrap. That was delicious.
Yes, I had that the other day actually.
It's awesome.
Very good.
Yes, your food here is fantastic. And I did hear some people eat the breakfast burrito and were pleased.
And we actually that just got to the menu. Actually, I don't even think it's on the menu. Over the summer, we wanted something different, and I had my kitchen. I'm like, man, I feel like a breakfast wrap. She's like, I can make you one. It was so good. We put it in the system that next day. So that's one of our new added menu items. But the breakfast wraps are really good. So anyone that's coming here tomorrow to watch, get a breakfast wrap.
I love it. Kevin's got the gamer jersey. He must be a gamer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was talking about that with Danielle, like all the different jerseys, like all the different styles, and different things you see now.
It's so amazing. They've all got their own little styles and brands already. They're building them.
Yep.
Let's see if CJ's got a bio. We don't got one for CJ. All right, we have one for Brent. I've got Brent pulled up the next time he is up, so we can chat a little bit about him. Avery's going to spare that up.
Yes, he is.
Oh, my goodness. That is a hard spare.
No emotion.
Nothing. He was like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I got it. Knew it off my hand.
Yeah. Three in a row for Stevie.
Stevie. I like that emotion that she shows.
She is in it.
Yes, she is.
I think she's pretty young. Let me see if we have one for. I'll come back to Brent. Stevie. I don't have a bio for Stevie, but I think she is. I mean, she's in the U12. Her sister just moved up to U15. I'm not sure how old she is, but I think she's on the younger side.
Okay.
Tell you what, the U12 division, it's a commitment for these kids because not all of them have pulled 15 games in 2 days,
Yeah.
or
Plus-
10 in one.
And then the whole practice session.
Yeah,
All right, so Norris strikes, and Nolan's not going to be outdone. He gets his double over there.
with the hand clap. We got Brent. Brent is from Newark, New York. He bowls at Doug Kent Rose Bowl Lanes.
That's Doug Kent, Chrissy Kent.
Yeah, Kirsty was watching earlier. They're moving in Natalie to Vandy this
Vandy.
weekend because she said I would be there, but
Yeah.
they've got a busy weekend ahead.
Yes, they do.
He won first place in the handicap division at the JBT held at Radio Social in Rochester, April 2024. He bowled a no-tap 300
Nice.
in league. He plays Fortnite on a Switch. He does percussion for his school's band
There's a
and
school
jazz
musicals
band.
again.
Yes. He loves camping with his mom, his bulldog named Tank, and traveling to Boston. Oh, Boston. He wants to say hi to Dad, Aunt Kelly, Uncle Adam, cousins, Lucas and Maverick, and all his bowling friends and coaches from Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. You guys have some great bowling centers in this area.
Yeah, Doug has he's done a lot of remodeling at him and Chrissy. It's really nice.
I need to make it out there one time.
They've changed it around a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, they're about the kids too, so
Oh yeah,
their junior program is pretty good.
yeah. I've seen a couple of the kids come through have Doug Kent's on the bio sheets.
And I mean, and it's never a bad thing when you get to work with a Hall of Famer.
No kidding. Yeah. Well, it was always funny when all of the kids were bowling, the Bones, and then Natalie, and Sydney, and Brandon, and Justin, all of them. But you'd see Leslie and Parker, and Chrissy and Doug, and I'm like, man, who are you gonna go talk to
Yeah.
today?
Yep.
Like, pick one.
Yep. Which side are you gonna go to?
Right. I mean, all of them have such a stellar resume.
Yeah. But you couldn't find four of the nicest people either. Like,
And humble.
it's-
I mean, it's just, yeah, they're all amazing. So good for the sport.
Actually, when we first got the center, we had Old Brunswick scoring here,
Ah,
and it wasn't working very good. And at that time, we couldn't upgrade. And Doug Kent would drive from Newark. It's about 50 minutes to an hour. And every time we had scoring trouble, no matter what day it was, Doug came to help us to get through whatever event or league that we had that day to make sure we're up and running.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good
That's
people.
that's how good he is. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't look at it. He didn't look at it, competition or a competitor. It was more friendships. I'll be there to help you guys out. So, Doug and Chris, if they're listening, we owe you guys a lot. So,
It's cool. I love that.
thank you.
Oh, we did get our answer. Danielle, who's watching. Danielle, we were just talking about you today. Stevie will be 11 in a couple of weeks, so she's
Huh.
10 and she just pulled 181.
Okay.
I
A
mean,
great game.
these kids are great. So
It's really a great game because she didn't get off to the best of starts as she wanted to, but she finished well.
yeah,
Hung
she
in there
did.
in battle.
She did.
That's what it's about.
Absolutely. And made as many spares as she could.
Yep.
Minus a couple errant ones, but. So Nora shot 198 that game. Some other games going on. I don't know if all the kids are super pleased with their scores, but they're in the U12 division, so they just, even at this age, they're like so hard on themselves too.
Yep.
They're in it to win it.
But even though some of the scores wasn't as good as they wanted it to be, you didn't see any bad body language.
Nope. No temper tantrums at
Nope.
all.
Oh, maybe it's just a bad pair. We'll move on and we'll get them next game.
Yeah. But we got a mom watching from home. Hello, Lori. Nora did bowl great. Nora's bowling great today.
Yes.
So Vinny shot 190 that game. Gavin here is having a solid game. Nolan is still alive, and he's clean through 9 frames.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. These kids are incredible. Oh my goodness, Lori is watching from the county fair where her cows and chickens are. She's a 4-H kid. I love that.
Nice.
I grew up in Ohio. I'm very familiar with 4-H. I didn't do it, but I do know.
All right. So explain to me what's 4-H.
They all raise animals, and
Okay.
there are shows at the fairs and
Okay.
stuff. Like my really close friend, she raised rabbits
Okay.
for 4-H. But there's all different. Like, it's an educational program,
All right.
and it focuses on farming and
Okay.
ag and all that. So they're all, it's a great program. They learn a lot through that. Yeah. But they're responsible. They have to do all the work, and then
Okay.
their mom apparently is showing the cows and chickens this weekend. So. And that fair circuit, man, I don't know if you become familiar with people that have to work either the county or the state fairs, they are camping out at the fair for several days, out with the animals. Nora's very tired. I bet.
I'm tired too.
Okay, so Nolan finished with 194, Trevor 172. And we are going to take a short break. Kelvin, thanks for hanging out with us again. We will
No
have you back on tomorrow morning.
All right.
Maybe
I'll be here.
Maybe the last game.
Last game?
Yes,
Okay.
tomorrow, so we can call to action for the finals.
Call action, see where we got, see who's coming down to champions.
Exactly. And everyone that's watching, we'll be right back for game number 5. Kelvin, as always, thanks for having
Thank you.
us.
I appreciate it.
And we'll see you in a few minutes, folks. All right, we are back. It is game. Isn't it game 5? Or is it game 4?
No, it's game 5.
Okay. It said game 4 up
I
there.
see what you see, but it is very much game 5.
I'm like, is someone messing with me? Like, what's
It's the
happening?
end of the day.
It is. Okay, Danielle, you've been watching the bowling, so we're gonna ask you what you've seen. But first, let me introduce who we're watching: Miles Gordon, T. Green, Cameron Bennett, Nicholas Riley, Eli Inkner, C.J. Kimbergy, Benjamin Pryor, Matthew Wagner, London Lewis, who is from Canada, by the way. He is our one Canadian bowler. Jake Erb and Ethan Ng. That's who we're watching. Danielle, what have you observed on the medium pattern today?
So we sat here game 1, and
We
we had the under 18 boys, and they were striking a ton to start.
Yes.
I wanted to just pull up the standings really quick because I have lost track of them. I was watching the girls. I want to see if they're still striking quite a bit, and it looks like it settled off a little bit
Yeah.
score-wise, but they're still pretty high scoring compared to this morning. They look tricky. They look like if you have it, you can shoot really good. But if you don't have it, they look really, really hard. And
yeah.
there's a couple of different ways to attack it. Like the boys, you can see, are much further left. The girls were kind of more around the track and kind of battling, the transition from the guys with the early hook and then some wiggle down lane. So there's a lot going on out there.
Yeah.
To say the least.
That's kind of what we've observed. Now, we have been watching some of the younger players, but there's definitely out of bounds, definitely some struggle. Abby Starkey was bowling close to here, and she made a ball change to an intention start, but then had to get further left. And that was she saved her game. She bailed it out doing that. But yeah, it's definitely tricky. I'm not sure I'd want to be bowling right now. Danielle's probably like, sign me up. I want to tackle it.
Yeah,
figure it
I
out.
do like tricky, but I will say this is what I'm seeing out there is definitely something that I struggle with, where the fronts hook a lot, and then you don't have a lot of motion down lane. That's always something that I'm constantly trying to learn how to battle. So yeah, it would be good practice. Get me out there, but not necessarily what I would like to see.
Right.
And like to bowl on.
All right, so Miles Gordon, and I do want to look at some scores, but we have to let him kind of get some scores in, because I think they were running through scores. But I could pull up. Let's look and see. U18. This is U15 boys. Medium. So, you know what? They have their scores. So Miles Gordon is plus 19 on the medium. Cameron Bennett is currently leading. However, there are some missing scores in there. Eli just shot a 242 game last game. Big game. Moved him up in the standings. So yeah, like you said though, all over the place a little bit. These scores are just kind of...
Yeah, it seems like when you hit a pair or when you find a look that works, you can string them. But after that, you really got to grind it out. Bottoms up.
There has been so much of that, and I compliment the players that are able to do that, because that's a hard skill, right? Learning to stop when you feel something isn't right.
For sure. Being able to reset for the next shot, I think, is the hardest thing without thinking about, whatever it was that felt wrong the shot before and overthinking it.
Teague just threw a monster strike. Let's see if he does it again. That's a double.
Nice.
He's getting into it. He looks like he's getting ready to be on Cobra Kai or something, right?
I like it. Snap a pin in half.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Good spare by Nicholas. I'll see. Let's test these kids with the bios. Eli, I know, has bowled a lot of SYCs. He is, I'm pretty sure he's from Illinois. he bowls. He's a bowler.
Nice.
He bowls as many events as he can.
That's awesome.
Learns as much as he can.
Best way to get experience is just to get out there and do it.
Yeah. Oh, Nicholas filled out his bio. He's from Nutmeg. I'm sorry. He's from Fairfield. He bowls at Nutmeg. He's 12 years old. First SYC. He just started bowling this past January.
Wow.
And he's really improved a lot. He won first place in a youth tournament. And he wants to say hi to Grammy. I would never have believed that he started bowling last year.
No way.
Right?
It's amazing.
That's YouTube for you, folks. Like, self-learn,
Yeah.
find some coaches.
Yep.
But, man, these kids are smart, and they just model it.
For sure. For sure. I do think that the internet, you know, from being able to just kind of scroll on Instagram and watch YouTube and all those videos out there by so many great players on how to do different things, and you can learn so much just from the computer. And that's what our generation has turned into, right? It's access right at your fingertips all the time. You almost made that.
He did. I often see some of the girls when we're watching, they model some of your habits too. I love it. I'll
Nice.
pick
That's
up.
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch. I'm like, oh, that looks like a Danielle move right there. All right. Benjamin Pryor is from Rochester. Bowls here. He's 14. He's bowled a no-tap 300 game, and he plays the saxophone, baseball, and video games.
That's impressive.
He's stepping up on 33 eventually. Here he goes. Benjamin. There he is. Jake Erb. Now, see, we're going to go down this path. Earlier, we had our friend Mr. Hershey, and I said he needs like a Hershey bar jersey or like Reese's or something.
Yeah.
And like Jake Erb should have like a herb jersey, right?
I like it.
Come
Yep.
on,
Yep.
you gotta embrace it. It'd be fun.
Gotta be creative. So much things that we can do with cool names.
Do you still design all your jerseys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's fun. Get to express yourself a little bit.
How many jerseys do you make for yourself each season? It might depend.
Yeah, it depends. I think right now I probably have between like 8 and 10.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
I also have ones like from previous years that I cycle through, like ones that I really like, just because they're designed from a couple years ago. If I love them, I'll bring them back out. Yeah.
Now, are you superstitious in that if you pull bad in a jersey?
You know, I used to be that way.
Yeah.
But you get to a point when you bowl enough that like you can't play that game or you have none left.
Yeah. You're like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not the jersey's fault.
You just have to give it another try and hope it's not the jersey.
I can't remember what event it was this year. It might have been Louisville. I really can't remember. But Gianna Brandolino. No, it was Keegan Alexander. Keegan was bowling, and he bowled one frame, and he split or something, and he left, went into the bathroom, changed jerseys, came back and struck out.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, okay, I've heard of ball changes, but we just watched a jersey change.
That's hilarious.
Like,
definitely the jersey's fault for that shot.
Yeah, it wasn't Keegan. No.
I might try that.
I mean, you got to try everything,
Yeah,
right?
on the next show, I'm going to have like 5 jerseys in the back and have to run off set.
Yeah, I'll be
Don't
right
fall,
back.
change. Reps will be like, do you think we need to make a ball change? No, just hang on, I got this.
Jersey change.
Blue to red, we're good now.
That'd be awesome. Jeremy Combs popping in. Hello, Jeremy. We miss you at SYC's. Another family that's aged out. There's a lot of clapping going on. I'm wondering if someone has the front something.
I can't see.
I know. I think it's very far down. I thought we would have more 300s this afternoon, but it just Like we talked about, though, like you said,
Mhm.
it depends on how it transitions.
If they could have if they stayed on their own pairs, like within their age groups, I think scores would be much higher. Like the boys that were right here,
Right.
I mean, they've started really far left though, so that might be a stretch. Like they would be really hooking them by now.
Right.
But yeah, moving across the house always just adds that extra challenge into it, and then how everyone else is playing the lanes is gonna dictate how it transitions. So yeah, it looks a little tricky.
Oh, here's what it was. There was 2 bowlers with the front 10 on one pair. 298 and 289.
Wow,
That's amazing.
what pair is that? Sounds
I'm
like a
just,
good one.
I know. I'm just getting updates. I'm like, who was it? So now Cameron, poor Cameron, he left a split through the nose. He makes a move. He goes light.
Mm-hmm.
Another split.
No, you can make this one though. I have faith.
Okay, so it was Ian Hornscheid, 297, Dylan Barnes, 289.
Very
Solid.
nice games. That will
Solid.
move them up a bunch.
For sure. Got a shout out for Ethan here. Yeah, this pair's at least 32 is flying. I don't know what 31's doing. That's the other tricky thing. Like you make a move on one lane, and then
For sure.
the
for
other
sure.
lane, like you really can't treat it like a pair, right?
Oh no, every lane's completely different. Gianna hit this pair. I think it was game 2 or game
She
3,
did,
and
yeah.
she had the same thing. The right lane was definitely hooking a lot more. The hardest thing about our sport, the invisible obstacle.
True story.
How do you determine that so quickly, right? Especially when there's feel involved. You know, you get up one shot. Oh, maybe I just missed a little right or missed a little bit at the bottom.
I think
That's strange. Why did that happen, right?
that's the toughest part too, right? Like identifying when it's you, when it's the ball, when it's
Mhm.
the lane. Like
For sure.
there's no common denominator. Miles Gordon strikes a lot. This kid, him and Elliot, his brother, these
Very
two are
nice.
gonna be on the PBA tour someday
I'm
and striking
sure.
a lot. They set I don't know if you could call it I guess it would be a record, but Miles and Elliot when they were in different age divisions, they both won. So it was the first time ever 2 siblings won
Oh, that's cool.
at the SYC together at the same event.
Very cool.
Yeah. Now, Danielle, you're one that finds things to bowl all year long, no matter what time of year it is. But do you like when it's season or off season? Like, do you have a preference?
I think it really depends how bowling is going, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so just like the tour season by itself, like if you're having a really good season, it's so exciting to get out there the next weekend, right? Like no matter how the event goes, you're like, oh, I get to try again, you know, in 2 days. And
Yeah.
that's exciting. And when you're struggling with your game, it's like, oh, I have to do this again in 2 more days. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, it really depends. The off season involves more international travel, so it's a little more like broken up, like longer trips. Like this trip will be 3 weeks,
Right.
and then I'll have some downtime. Then I'll have another big trip and some downtime. Where the tour season is kind of go 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 all the time.
Right.
So it's nice to have like a little bit of both, but it definitely comes down to how everything's going.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Is there added pressure during this season? Like we were talking about like your health and different things. Like, do you feel like you put more pressure on the season time than you do the off season?
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's the PWBA tour. It's the best women bowlers in the world, and there's definitely, I've had success, and there's expectation to live up to that success and
Right.
to, you know, compete against the other girls and stay wherever you feel like you're supposed to be, or climb ahead of whoever you're supposed to be climbing ahead of. So yeah, there's a lot of that, where internationally, you don't see those players as often, right? Like, so every time you go there, it's kind of exciting, it's kind of new, less, definitely less expectation. I think more like we always go in and want to win, but it's less of a pressured expectation.
Right. Yeah, and if something happens, you're like, okay, it's okay, like, right. But yeah,
For sure.
do you have a dedicated coach, or is it kind of your family? Like,
I have a bunch of people that I work with.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like to hear everybody's thoughts,
Yeah.
and then kind of give it a try and filter out how it works and applies to me.
Nice.
So yeah, I work with obviously the reps out on tour. I've worked
Right.
with Jazz now. I've worked with Baker,
Yep.
Brian, Team USA. I like
Yeah.
getting everybody's ideas.
yeah, and I think it's important for kids to hear that too, because I've heard both sides, right? Some people stay with one coach all along, but sometimes it is good to hear different opinions.
I think
and-
so. I think everyone has their own philosophy on how things should be done. And the most important thing, the thing that's helped me the best over the years, especially with our ball reps out on tour, is kind of knowing what their philosophy is and understanding like when to use it, right? Like there's
Right.
some reps that don't talk physical game, they're more about ball motion. There's some that always want to talk physical game, some want to talk mental game. So like if I'm struggling, I know I'm struggling in the mental game area, I'm not going to go to a ball rep that's going to say you just need to change balls, right? I'm going to go to the one that's going to talk to me about that, and vice versa. When I know I need a ball change, sometimes I don't want to hear, well, just clear your mind, right? Like I want to hear throw this ball and play this area. So you
Right.
just know what you get from everybody, and kind of learning that has helped a lot.
Yeah, that is true, and that's taken years, right, to learn, like, figure that out.
For
And,
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right, we are getting down to the gritty. This is the point when either you've had, like you were talking about your season, either you've had a great day and you're sad because it's ending,
Yeah.
or you're excited because you bowled good and you're like, yes, I'm still bowling good. Or you've had a not so great day and you're
Yep,
like, let's
That's
get
always
this
how
done.
it goes. Like if you're bowling good, you're like, oh, I love this feeling. I want to just stay here all day.
Right.
And then there's a handful of people out there that are like, I have 8 frames left, and now I have 7.
Yeah, when can I leave?
Yep,
this
what's for dinner?
building, and how quickly can I get out? Where's my stuff? I'll start
Mhm.
packing now. Now, are you going to help make sure that the paddock is in order again?
Oh, absolutely. They
Yeah.
did pretty good
They
last night.
did. Yeah, they did
They did
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It was very organized. Some rows a little more than others. Like the middle
Yeah.
row was fantastic. Or the left row was fantastic. The middle row needed a little bit of work. So I might
Help
supervise them a little extra,
Yeah.
but
I did hear someone complaining at the break that someone had stolen their spot.
it's a real thing. That's a real thing out on tour too.
Yeah.
Like you kind of, and there are no spots. It's just like where you put everything on the first day, you kind of claim as yours. And when you walk in day 3 and someone else's stuff's there, you're like, you don't belong here. This is my spot.
Like, like you were not here.
Nope.
And just because you got here first, excuse me,
Yeah.
like, no.
Leanne and I were talking about that. Week 1,
Yeah.
week 2, you're like, it's okay. I'll just move my stuff over. No problem. Week 7, you're like, this is not okay.
Like, I'm moving this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Shot by Miles. Nice spare by Jake. It's very different. Some people are just starting game 5. Some are ending. All over the place.
Yeah, a little out of whack pace-wise, but it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
within a
not
few
bad.
frames.
Everyone's in game 5, so that's the good news.
This place, I don't want to jinx it. I know we still have a whole nother game, or day and a game and a half to go, but
Yeah.
it has run so smoothly.
Oh,
I
I
don't think
know.
we've had hardly any breakdowns or any hiccups.
Kelvin was in here earlier, and I guess he was watching 33. 33's been dropping some pins, but nothing really like nothing that I would even say is a problem. And he was like, 33 was stressing me out so bad. So they are
That's so funny.
on it here. I'm very impressed every time we come to ABC Gates.
Absolutely.
It's a great bowling center, and I mean they run a lot of tournaments, and you can see why, right? Like they have the right culture to run events, because not everyone can run events.
For sure. Yeah, it's those little things that like you don't think about until they happen, and when you have a group of people that are ahead of the ball on that and have already fixed those issues, right? Like he's
Yeah.
watching 33 before it becomes an issue, he's gonna fix that.
Right.
Like that's what really makes everything go so smoothly.
Nicholas took a little extra time on that shot.
Got away with it.
He did, yeah. He's repping a Phase 2 jersey.
I like it.
That's a ball that every player says that they have in their bag.
Yes, for sure.
But now I hear Phase 2 IQ Tour and then Ion Pro. A lot
Yeah.
of people are mentioning
I could see that one over being a great one, like over the years. Like it's gonna stick around and really make its mark for sure.
You were a big IQ Tour person.
Still
How
am.
how
Still
does
am.
the Ion Pro and IQ Tour for you connect?
So the Ion Pro I have as just a little bit more than the IQ like overall. Like you still get that control, like very versatile shape, but a little bit earlier, a little bit more down lane.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of times, like I've thrown the IQ a lot of times on fresh, even and had a lot of success with it. But there's sometimes that it's just like not quite enough, right? Like
Yeah.
not early enough or not enough down lane for the angle I'm trying to play. So that's where the Ion Pro really fits in good for me.
Cooper says, am I the only one who doesn't have a Phase 2? Yeah. No, just kidding. There probably are people out there. But every time I hear someone drill a Phase 2, because it's, I want to say it's at least 10 years old. It might be a little less than that. It might be like 8. But every time someone drills one, they're like, "What? Why did I wait so long?" So
Yeah, it's a good piece. Very good piece.
I don't think you'll be sorry if you drill one.
Really good to surface adjustments. Like they're really good shiny. They're really good dull. You can throw it on really anything.
We have another one of our fun events coming up at Storm. We've started to do some ball announcement shows. So we just announced our next one will be August 29th. It's next
Exciting.
Thursday.
Okay,
Or
very
2
exciting.
Thursdays. Yeah, August 29th. Mark your calendars. It's always fun to hear. It's fun to hear what the tech team has to say.
Oh, I love watching those videos. Absolutely, they're
Yeah.
so smart. So smart.
I have to watch it multiple times because I'm like, I didn't understand. Miles is like, okay, it's dinner time, let's go. Elliot, strike and let's go. Here's T. T got, after his double, he had to open, unfortunately. He's just had a all or nothing game here. Jack Pearson sighting. Jack just aged out and is off in at college, starting college somewhere.
Very nice.
He's going to Midland. That's
Awesome.
where he ended
Good
up.
luck there.
Yeah. So exciting to see all the kids choose where their next adventures.
Absolutely, it's so fun to watch. That's really been one of my favorite things about being out here at either SYC or Junior Gold or any of the youth events is just watching them really grow and evolve from like this little kid that you were like, oh, they're kind of good, but
Right.
they're really young. And then like, wow, they've gotten so much better in a year. And then the growth spurt hits and you're like, oh, they're really good.
Yeah,
Look at them go.
right. They get good fast. Is that thunder?
Either that or a building's falling down.
Got a little of everything going on today. You know, last
Yeah,
month.
there's a thunderstorm here.
Okay. Or in Kentucky in May, we actually had our first ever bowling rain delay. There was a tornado warning in the area, and then the storms were so bad, it knocked the power out,
Lovely.
and we all just had to sit there until it went through and the power came back on. Luckily,
mean,
it was only like a half hour.
We might
but-
not be far from that right
Oh,
now because we
dear.
have severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So
Okay, everyone bowl
hopefully,
fast.
yeah, we can get out of here before that hits.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Oh my goodness. I did bring my raincoat.
I don't think that's gonna help with the hail,
Good point.
but best of luck.
There. Oh my goodness. Got a little of everything. You never know what you're going to get on a SYC weekend.
I feel like this weather's been following me. We had this the last couple of weeks out on tour. Like everywhere we went, it was torrential downpours.
Oh, so it's you.
It's me. Yeah, I'm just
You
bringing
have
it
like
with
a little
me.
little rain cloud following
I
you.
particularly loved having to bring all the equipment inside
Oh.
during it. In Detroit, we all looked like drowned rats for practice session that day.
So this is a very funny story and a reason to always bring an extra pair of socks, youth bowlers, if you're listening. So I was bowling an event in Florida. I forget which one it was, but you know, you're in Florida, so it's gonna rain, guaranteed.
Every day,
Thunderstorm, yeah. So Leanne, myself, and then our friends went to Olive Garden for lunch for the soup and salad, and we were leaving, and we had to obviously be back at a certain time, and it is pouring down rain, and we waited as long as we could, and then we're like, we just have to go. So we run. My socks got soaked. Like, we all were soaked, but my socks were
That's the
incredibly
worst.
soaked. And I did not have an extra pair of socks, but Leanne did, and she gave them to me.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
that's
great.
the worst. Oh,
It was, yeah, so you never know. But yeah, I agree. Like, sometimes you can't help it, so. All right, CJ is going to throw this spare and make the 10-pin, and he'll be our final shot of the live stream. Danielle, thanks for joining us today. You'll be back tomorrow.
absolutely.
We're going to award some champions, too. Give out some New York trophies.
Awesome. They're very cool. I want an SYC trophy.
No.
Man, they're so cool.
No. And a great job by CJ. Danielle, thanks again. And we will see you all tomorrow morning. We start at 10 a.m., 1 hour later. And until tomorrow, be safe and bowl up a storm.
Bye, guys.
You've been watching the 2024 SYC New York. The SYC New York would not be possible without the generous donations from our sponsors: Storm Bowling, Cool Wick, PBA Junior, KEGEL, Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Shoes, Ray's Eyewear, Ballard's Bowling Academy, Master Industries, Quality Respite and Home Care, and by T&D Transportation. Special thanks to the official scoring system of the Storm Youth Championships, Bowlmetrics. The preceding was produced exclusively by Storm Bowling. For more information on upcoming events and more, please visit stormbowling.com. Once again, thanks for watching.